Welcome to the Dissenters D&D campaign. Sierra, take it away.
Hello! Welcome, everybody. Two of our players are having a little technical difficulty, so hopefully they'll be back soon. It wouldn't be, how did you put it, Megan? It wouldn't be
It would not be a Rosemary PG Studios live stream without technical difficulties.
Exactly! We're just keeping it on brand for you. That's all we're doing. That being said, welcome to the second session of the Dissenters D&D campaign. This is an interactive D&D campaign where you can have the opportunity to help or hinder our players as we're going. So thanks for being here. It's going to be fun. As for announcements, we don't really have any that I'm aware of. Emily, double check me on that, I guess, if you have something, except that you can get our campaign keepers on Amazon, and you can find those through our website. Thank you, Dane. They're beautiful. They're lovely. And also that Emily and I have a BG3 playthrough that we're doing on Thursday nights that you can come and join us for and also affect our choices on there. So yeah, welcome for tonight. We're gonna have a recap. I don't think we assigned anyone actually a recap this time, so I'll give it.
Wait,
Session...
before you...
Oh.
Sorry, there were a couple announcements I was trying to make.
Oh, sorry, I can't see you on the player side, so...
Oh, that's why.
I assumed you would jump in, and I heard nothing.
No, I apologize for that, guys. See, technical difficulties. Oh, that's right, Tempest. Your guys' D&D campaign is really fun. But yes, BG3, we do that every Thursday. An announcement on the campaign keepers is that you can actually get our Nori's Notes edition online now. So if you go to our website, rosemarypgstudios.com, then you can go and get your very own Nori's Notes edition of our campaign keeper. It's got an extra special page in there for a higher low counter, a special Rosemary PG Studios system that we've added into the game. Additionally, you can join our Discord server. The link to that is on our website as well. Everywhere, everything, you can find it on our website, rosemarypgstudios.com. Easy peasy, easy money. But if you join our Discord server, then you'll be having free access to all sorts of different collaborations, information, fan chat rooms, game nights with the actual players here sometimes that we do those. But yeah, so join us on our Discord, follow us on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. You know, all the good stuff, Okay, I'm done now.
Thank you. We now have Emily, just so you know, Kaya and Paige in the call. Hopefully Paige can hear us now. No reaction. I don't think he can.
Oh no.
He shook his head. He cannot hear us. Oh, is it maybe?
He could just listen to the stream.
Deal with that like little delay.
Delay.
We're following a little confusing. It's fine. Rip. That would be sad.
Oh,
doable,
that's
but sad.
But very sad, yeah. Oh,
okay.
Goodness.
Well, while Greg's looking at a few more of his sound things, I'm gonna go ahead and start the recap. So, last session, the first session, started by the players running into this old lady merchant on the side of the road who's trying to get them to play this game with her, and if they won, they'd get a necklace of fireballs. And as they were kind of coming up one by one to play this game with her, they discovered she was cheating, and right as they called her out on it, the ground broke out from under them, and they fell into this tunnel like 30 feet down. And it seems that this might have been a trap that was set up. The old lady got up, she ran away, and was killed by a shadow, which some players could see and some could not. And through various little shenanigans, they put up a barrier of light of sorts, and then they went the other direction. Because they're level 1s and are squishy. And as they're going, Zilli could hear some noises and some scuffling, and as they got closer, then Kaya could hear a cat meowing, and they found these 2 kobolds hiding behind a crate that said dangerous, spelled incorrectly, of course, and a crudely drawn purple flower. And these kobolds had a bag with a cat in it that they were trying to sneak away with. But Zilli, unbeknownst to the rest of the party, killed the kobold. The cat was released, and the cat, to much of Kaya's disappointment, went to Rayla instead of Kaya. And so now Kaya has to stick around for the cat, because both of them seem to have some fate intertwined to this animal. And Castil and Paige caught the last kobold, who then started spilling all the beans and saying anything they wanted, because he's this little scaredy cat, because he just saw his friend die immediately. And it was a scary experience. And then the party decided to look in the crate, and they discovered that it was empty, but the stuff inside was rotting. And it was left residue of a Moliensi seed. And a Moliensi seed is...
Bad news!
Bad news. Yes, it is a cursed object, essentially, that is spreading a curse. It is bad news. And Rayla turned on the kobold to ask him questions, and they learned that it was sold to someone, but to who? That's where we're picking up.
Okay. So
Rayla, if you would like to start us off, you had just asked, who was it sold to? Do you want to add anything to that?
To who?
To who? The kobold's just like, kind of like, don't kill me. I don't know. My boss sold it. He had a medallion, though.
A medallion? What did it look like?
He's gonna, like, crouch down, and he's gonna make a little sketch in the ground. What? Dang.
I'm just laughing, knowing how badly they drew the picture on the side of the crate.
It's gonna be a pretty bad drawing.
It's a circle on the ground.
There's a circle, but it's like an oval, more than a circle. And it's done like a little. Oh, maybe I can draw it on here. I could probably draw it on here.
Draw it with your left hand.
With my left.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is gonna be really hard. Okay. This is embarrassing.
You don't have to. It's a fun idea, but you don't have to.
Oh, this is not working.
But it fits the lore.
That's what it looks like.
Can I roll to see if I recognize it at all?
Yeah, you guys can roll history. Yes. That's kind of what it looks like he did, yeah.
It's a 13 plus or minus.
Can't hear you, Emily.
That's the boss's symbol?
That's
No.
the person who bought it.
Correct.
Core. You said history? 14.
14. 14. Sure. You have seen something kind of similar to this, It's supposed to be like a mountain that also doubles as like the letter M. And the like little circle thing is supposed to be it's kind of like an eye, but not.
I'm more of like if I would recognize the emblem from people I've known previously.
Not people you have known, but you've seen this and like what it's supposed to kind of like look like. And you've seen it on some sheep before. So it's like a branding.
Hmm.
Can I also roll for history?
Yeah, you can roll.
Actually, can I roll as well?
Yeah, sure.
I got a 9.
Interesting drawing. Maybe it's an M.
I got nothing.
It looks however you think it looks.
It looks... I mean, honestly, not gonna lie, my first thought when drawing it is I was like, that looks like a mountain with a sun peeking behind it.
That's what you think it is then. Yeah.
Well, that was much appreciated. I actually didn't ask your name. What was your name, little friend?
Pepino.
Peppino. Thank you. But I really do think we should be getting out of here. And he's gonna do a side eye to. Is it
Rayla?
Kaya?
No, I'm
Rayla?
Rayla.
Oh, you're Rayla. Yeah, side eye to Rayla. Kind of like the we need to get out of here type of vibe. Like what? This is above our pay grade kind of a thought process.
She kind of like she notices the side eye and is like, yes, let's get out of here. Zilli, we gotta go.
Is she still here?
Yeah.
Yeah, Zilli comes over.
And she doesn't say that in a like a Zilli, you're coming with me or else. It's like a hey Zilli, we're leaving. Sierra, do you want to give me control over the cat and I'll just drag her with me?
Oh, sure, I can do that, I guess.
But yeah, and the cat I guess is just still curled up, like kind of nuzzled into my coat at this point, on my shoulder.
Kaya doesn't really respond much to the seed. She kind of gets a little bit stiff and like stares at it coldly, but she's more interested in this cat and what's going on.
Well, the seed isn't actually there.
I know, but
Oh,
the appearance of the seed.
yeah.
Can you move it, Emily?
No.
No? No.
If you just go into the token settings,
How about now?
now I can.
Okay.
Here we go. Now I can move.
Okay, so the kobold will start leading all of you down this hallway. And it kind of just continues to twist and wind and continue to go off further to the left. Yeah, the left. And you're going to be traveling for a while. So if you guys want to talk at all, now would be your time to do so.
I have a question.
Yes.
This comes from what you sent to me at the end of last session. Can I tell if he's leading us the right way?
Like right way out of here or right way to what?
The right way to the exit.
To what he has told you guys, you can make an insight check on him, but he's telling you this is the right way, and you don't have really any beyond what I sent you last time. You can't tell. It's just what I sent you.
Well, that is an 8 for insight.
Oh yeah, you're pretty sure he's leading you the right way.
Can I do for insight?
Yeah.
I got 22.
You are confident that Paige still can't hear us. Have you tried different oh, he can't hear us.
So
Maybe he'll get on the stream. Try different headphones.
I can hear the stream. So
Oh,
I heard
okay.
the stream just like 3 seconds late. Yeah, I'm gonna try different.
Try different headphones.
Hold on.
Is he wearing them backwards? Because that's what used to be my problem.
Turn him around, put him back on.
Maybe.
No, it was I'd have the left on the right side, right on the left side. It was, I guess, because where the mic was positioned, it would not. Well, never mind. I'm thinking of the mic, not of the. That would make no sense. Oh, he's gone again.
He's gone. Maybe he'll come back. Caitlin, you are positive that this kobold is so scared of Castil that he would not risk lying. And he's leading you the right way.
I would pull. Again, it's Rayla? No.
Rayla?
Rayla aside. Just a little bit. And go-
How are you doing that?
Not like pulling aside, but kind of like. Hold on, let me think about this.
Yeah, like what are you doing?
He would be.
Because she's following behind you. Not very closely, mind you, but
He would drift backwards, kind of like slowing his pace to let you catch up to him,
and
but still try to be out of earshot of the kobold.
okay, so you'll kind of like slow down a bit, and she
As you'd catch up,
kind of
"Can I-
like warily goes off to the right, but we'll let you be
Can we-
behind.
talk real quick.
About what?
Look, I understand that you may have a lot of urgency when it comes to this seed, but right now I think it's more important that we get out of here and get everyone safe. We have kids with us, and I think we should just report it. Can I trust you to not do anything too crazy while we're getting out of here?
Crazy?
Like, going off and attacking the boss of this place.
I'm not that brash.
Okay. I
I-
just want to make sure that everybody's safe, is my big concern here.
I appreciate that concern. But I also will do what it takes to make sure that me and Zilli are getting out of here alive.
That's all I'm wanting. Because we have some young ones here, and I don't want them to be getting caught in a dangerous fight.
Understandable on that. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Are you with the kobold? Are you
Is this in character or is this
in character?
in?
He seems
I'm
to
not a-
respect you.
Respect is different. It's. I can explain later, but right now, let's just say he reacts to my species differently than others.
Your species? She kind of like looks, tries to see under the wolf here a little bit.
He's gonna like sheepishly kind of like pull the wolf a little further down. It's not something I want to make public right now, but I will talk. We can talk later.
This is kind of the time to talk. We're just walking aimlessly, and to be frank, Castil. Castil. To be frank, I don't trust you.
I'm not asking you to trust. I'm not asking you to trust me. I'm asking you to work with me here.
Yes, and I'm trying to do that, but it's hard when I don't understand. You have to understand from my point of view, we're going into things blind. I'm following a kobold blindly into a dark tunnel.
You're following a druid. You should know our kind are known for escorting people safely. Can you trust that?
I can try.
Thank you. I will walk a little bit faster to kind of
Get ahead.
give you your space, but also be closer to the kobold to make sure he's not doing anything fishy.
As you come up to him, he's like, "Eh!" and like jumps a little.
No need to worry, as long as you're taking us to the right place.
Yes, my lord. Yes, yes, my lord. Kind of like puts his hands on his snout. He keeps walking.
Oh, does he get smacked on the snout?
Could ask.
I mean, Rayla wouldn't. Emily would. At least I don't think Rayla's watching the kobold enough to, like, catch that.
Fair enough. Does anyone else want to talk to each other before we move on?
I feel like Kaya would be kind of eavesdropping on them a little bit. She wouldn't say anything. She wouldn't make it known that she was, but she would definitely be listening. And they're in a cave that echoes, so I'm sure she would.
You could have
Kind of
overheard all of that. Okay. As you guys are walking, it's like dragging out. Like you guys have been walking for like 30 minutes.
How's
an
the
hour.
cat?
The cat was very like her nails in, clinging.
Mm-hmm.
And as you guys have been walking, it's now just like resting. Not like sleeping, but it's like alert, looking around. But you can tell it's not shaking anymore. But its ears are like swiveling and its nose is sniffing and it's on guard.
Okay. I respect.
Respect for the cat.
Yeah. Actually, while we're walking, Rayla's going to notice that. And she's going to lift up like her hand ever so like slowly and slightly. Not shoving it in the cat's face, but like holding it out at a distance that it could smell her scent and possibly recognize her a little bit. I don't know.
Sure, roll for animal handling.
I feel like I don't trust the dice here online because I've just been rolling so poorly with them. So we're gonna roll animal handling with the real dice.
The real dice. I feel like it didn't go very well. That laughter there.
I'm wondering.
Your audience inspiration.
Audience inspiration. Do you guys want to give me advantage? Otherwise, it's a natural one.
Are we doing a poll?
I'm gonna do the poll, guys. Audience inspiration, please give me advantage. I beg of thee.
Beg of thee. Pretty pleases all
Pretty,
around.
pretty, please, guys. We can't hurt the cat. We can't hurt the cat at all.
Hmm. I am curious about this cat because I know nothing of it.
Cute little kitty cat. It's completely. I don't know if you can tell from the picture, but like one side is completely white and the other half of it is completely black.
It has
So
two
depending
tails,
on-
right?
No, it has just one tail,
one
but
tail.
it's split in color. Like from
Oh,
nose
okay.
to the tail, he's completely half white, half black. So if you're looking at him from one direction, he looks like a black cat. If you look from the other, he looks like a white cat. And then head on, he's both.
Lady Noir voted
He's both.
disadvantage.
Rude.
Oh, our Twitch chat is weirdly inactive. Oh. Okay, there we go.
He's
Oh,
here.
it just refreshed the... Guys,
Yes.
it just refreshed the poll.
It looked like it was advantage overall, though, Emily. So
Yeah.
you can go ahead and have advantage. Caitlin, sorry.
Yay!
I was just wondering if I could roll for just like remembering books that I've read on cats and how to handle them and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I don't know
roll
what
for
I'd
history.
roll for that.
You can make a history check. If you're trying to rely on book knowledge, we'll say it's history.
Oh, I got a 7.
7. You don't recall reading a ton about cats. You remember your sister would do the little pss, pss, pss to cats, and they seem to like her. Cats like fish and milk. You know that. That's about all you can tell.
Very helpful, thank you.
You're welcome.
I got a 15.
15. Okay. You like lift your hand up and the cat kind of like pulls away slightly at first. But like sniffs your hand and then it kind of just does a little where like pushes its nose against your hand and like wipes its whiskers across your fingers and goes meow.
I like this kitty. I will protect you from everything. the
Exhausted
kitty.
so fast.
I love the cat immediately.
What you gonna do when it comes time to return to the owner?
I will return it. I will let it go free.
Will she?
Will she, won't she?
Zilli's gonna hold out her hand to see if the cat will let her pet it.
Roll for animal handling.
Okay, what's my animal handling? It's not very high. It's a 10.
10. The cat seems unsure about you, but actually high or low?
High or low? Oh
Low?
my
Is that what
goodness.
you said, Megan?
Yes.
So you go to pet it, and at first it like looks like it's going to let you, but as your hand gets closer, it kind of like its nose twitches as if it's smelling something, and like it pulls back a little bit, and kind of like pushes against Rayla's shoulder, like away from you.
Oh.
So Kaya actually comes closer to Rayla, and she's kind of walking kind of slowly, kind of stiffly, but she does eventually look up at her, and she says, you seem to know this cat. Could you tell me where you recognize this cat from?
Why do you want to know?
She kind of gets sort of flustered, and she's kind of picking at her nails as you walk, and she seems a little bit unsure of like talking openly with everybody else around, but she kind of looks down and she's like, well, I just think this cat might be one of the ways I can find my sister again.
What happened to your sister? If
Your
you
question kind of
Sorry, I don't mean to pry into your personal life.
she kind of turns more away and looks even more unsure. She just kind of, her voice is very quiet, and she's like, I just want to know if you've seen this cat before. Do you know its name? Do you know where it came from? Do you know anything about it?
To be completely honest with you, I don't know much. Back in my hometown, this cat, well, suffice it to say, she saved my life. And after that, she was gone. So, I don't know much about where this cat came from, or even what her name is, or even if she is a her. I'm not getting close enough to check.
And she looks back up at Rayla and she's like, can you tell me when or where you think the cat might have gone? When did this happen?
Hold on, let me look at the backstory. Real quick. Because it happened. That happened. Okay. Sierra, it was like a year and a half-ish ago, somewhere around that time.
No.
Because like
The thing
2
that happened
years.
in Vale was 1 year ago, I thought.
No, it was 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 2 years ago.
And this happened after the event.
Probably would have been like around a year ago.
Around a year ago? Okay.
Yes.
So, about a year ago. That's when I met her, and she vanished almost as quickly as she appeared.
Sorry, Greg. Greg was like, I heard something, and then
Oh.
couldn't-
And now
but
he's
now he's
gone.
again. Sorry.
It's okay.
She looks a little disheartened by your words and kind of closes off herself again, as if she was hoping for more, but so she just kind of keeps walking with her head down as she thinks about what you said.
Where are you from, Gaia?
She starts to get kind of nervous and her eyes kind of like flick around and she's like, I don't want to talk about it.
It's okay.
Did it work, Greg?
Oh, is he in?
Yay! Paige is back! Yay!
Yay, Paige!
Back call for you. The journey I've been on.
The journey.
But then Kaya looks at you and she's like, you're from Vale, aren't you?
I am. Born and raised. It was a beautiful place.
I'm sorry to hear about that.
There's a lot more things to be sorry for than me, you know? It sounds like you lost a sister, and I'm sorry about that. I can relate somewhat to your pain.
sorry to be eavesdropping. You said you're from Vale. About how long ago? I mean, that's kind of my destination. Or my...
Well, Zilli and I left Vale not terribly long ago. Just a few months. A month or two? No, probably like 4 months or something. I don't know.
Okay.
DM fact checked me on that.
When you left?
Yeah. Because it was semi-recently.
Yeah, it was probably like in the last month.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple weeks even. Well,
no, because her scar is healed at this point. That happened when
you first left?
When she first left.
Okay. If you guys haven't been like walking the entire time for Ingwood, then it would have been less than a month ago. But if you were like going to different places, which it sounded like you were,
a little
in that
bit,
case, yeah, about a month ago is when you left.
Yeah, so about a month ago. We've just kind of been exploring, trying to see where fate takes us. Well, where anyone will take us. What about you? You seem to have an interest in Vale.
I do. Like I said, that is my destination. I'm coming from the... I'm trying to remember exactly where the area is. I need to pull up my map. Here we go. I'm coming over from near Beaumont, Ingwood, in between Beaumont and Ingwood area. But there's some druids that I'm looking for that went missing over there.
Oh. That does not sound good.
Yeah. You wouldn't have happened to have seen any druids, would you?
Not to my knowledge. It's just been Zilli and I.
Fair enough. Thank you for the information regardless.
Of course.
Kaya kind of peeks up at you at the mention of druids.
Would you know anything?
She kind of looks unsure and kind of looks away and just says, "A druid helped me on my way here." And that's all she says.
Well, that's wonderful of them. We do enjoy, like I said, we act as escorts around here, help keep people safe. So I'm glad someone was able to help you out in your time of need.
At this point, Castil and Paige, you notice that your lanterns are getting dimmer.
But not mine.
Not yours, no.
Dimmer means it is getting later, right?
Correct. So this means that the sun is starting to go down.
My character does not know what that means of the lanterns dimming. But me as Emily is like, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Oh, it's fine. Peppino, how much longer?
We're almost out.
What's almost
Insight check.
You girlfriend.
Can I check to see if we're going in circles? Like, just look around, see if anything looks familiar.
Yeah. I can go ahead and tell you that.
19.
Like, looking around, you can tell you have not been through this part of the tunnel before.
19
19.
I
insight.
got a 15. Also
You-
insight.
You both can tell that he is telling the truth.
Okay.
So
It looks
as
like
we
he's too
walk,
scared to lie.
as we walk a little bit further, Kaya actually kind of steps up to Castil and she holds out a small handful of, it's like 5 gold coins, and she's like, I just want to thank you for earlier. You saved my life and you didn't have to do that. She won't make eye contact with you, but she holds out the coins.
He will take your hand and just kind of close it, like, thanks is all I need. I'm just glad that you're alive.
And she kind of looks up at you, like confused that you would reject it. And she's like, no, really, I insist. And she holds it out even more.
If you insist, but really, we do not do this for any gain. I mean, the druids, we help those in need. That is why we're out here. We don't do it for material gain. It's a small light in these dark days, really. And that's why we do it.
She kind of looks touched by that, and she kind of lets her hand fall, and she just looks up at you, makes eye contact, and she's like, thank you.
You can't tell because he's covered his face, but he has a gentle smile and he just gives a little nod.
And with that, Paige and Castil, your lanterns have reached now their nighttime status. So for like vision-wise, take that into account. You guys, with the trauma you had and stuff Rayla said, you would know that there's now nothing blocking you and the shadows from catching up.
Paige, so up until this point, just so we can have some closure, Paige has been counting his coins that he's sort of collected from this escapade, of which he has some copper and some silver and stuff. And then as he like gets to the silver, he kind of like pauses. He sees his lantern dimming, and he mutters to himself in the motherly gnomish voice. Oh, it's getting dark, honey. Better come inside. Just muttering to himself. And then he like clicks the lantern closed, and then he's going to look towards Kaya, and he holds out your 2 silver to give them back to you. The ones you had paid for the game with. Actually, I think you had 3. He hands you back 3 silver because those were the ones you had paid with. And he says in Elvish, in Rayla's voice, that is very obviously a scam.
Rayla's gonna like whip her head back for a second and just like very startled by that. Also, Lady Noir says inspo to Paige for doing fun voices.
Yeah, inspiration to Paige for that.
If Castil catches this, he's going to bust out laughing, going through this experience that probably at least once previously, and understanding what it's like.
Yeah.
She's like a little shaken. She's like, it
catches you off guard, doesn't it?
It does, but to be fair, a lot of things do.
Kaya looks startled, not only by the voice, but just like the fact that he's handing her the coins back. She didn't expect that, and it takes her a moment before she actually trusts him enough to just reach out and take the coins. And she thanks him really softly and doesn't really say anything else. She's a little bit uncomfortable by what just happened.
Yeah, he just hits her with a no problem in the same voice. And then he just kind of keeps trotting along. He has his lantern closed now. He finds it useless at this point.
She does look at you after that and she's like, What? Why is your lantern dimming?
He repeats himself. He says, in a more vocal tone, "It's dark out," but he cuts the sentence off there.
The lanterns he and I have respond to a day-night cycle. When they're dim, it means it is nighttime outside.
He nods, agreeing.
She kind of nods too and kind of looks off in the distance while she's pondering.
It is more dangerous at night. Do you all have a place to stay nearby? Right? I guess we don't know where we're coming out. Do you have a place to stay? I take that
Awkward
as a
silence.
Sorry, what happened? Were you talking to me?
We're all like, wait, we didn't think about this.
Castil asked if you guys had a place to stay.
Oh.
If you don't,
Are you
plan to
asking
trek
me
through
or everyone?
It was
The
a
group.
group.
Oh, okay. Why do you ask?
I mean, if we don't mind sticking together through the night, we can stick together through the night, safety in numbers, I guess. Once we're out of the cave.
She begins kind of like, you notice that like she crosses her arms, but not in like an angry way. But you notice that her fingers are like just like tapping her arm.
Cat goes,
And
as
she
you kind of like adjusted yourself, and it's like,
sorry, and kind of like lowers her shoulders a little bit, but still kind of like nervously tapping her arm. She goes, well, Zilli and I have fared well enough on our own.
Kaya looks to slightly accept your offer until she hears Rayla say that, and then she kind of turns to Rayla, kind of trying to figure out what they're trying to do first before she makes any decision.
What's everyone else gonna do? I love that.
Well, my first goal will be to hit the nearest town once we get out of here. You're welcome to join us if anyone is wanting to come along. Paige, I assume you're okay with that? I'm making the decision without you, but...
He shrugs. He says, "Okay with that." Mimicking you.
Rayla's gonna be like, well, Zilli, can I talk to you?
Zilli will go with her.
Yeah, we're gonna step a little away from the group, and she's just gonna turn to Zilli and be like, hey, we've been doing well enough on our own, but I don't want to make a decision. If you want to go with them, by all means.
You want to leave them?
you're gonna have to speak up a little bit, Megan.
Sorry, my computer is doing its thing again.
Taken off.
You want to leave them?
I mean, we don't really know them, Zilli.
Zilli will look back the way they came and then turn back to you.
If we leave them, they're defenseless against the shadow.
She was about to be like, so are we, but then she remembered she has her lantern.
You have a lantern. Everyone else is defenseless.
So you see her just kind of like, who knows? Maybe the shadows aren't coming this way, you know?
Zilli just looks down as if she's thinking for a bit. And then she looks back up.
Even if they're not coming this way, what else is down here?
And then she like glances over at Peppino.
What if the kobold tries to hurt them?
Clarification. He was talking about when we leave the cave that we stick together. Not so much. He's assuming we will not be camping out in the cave.
Yeah, because I think we're leaving. You're right. We can try and help them. I just, I get uncomfortable at night being around other people.
She's a werewolf.
I'm a werewolf, rah rah rah.
Moon phases. What phase is it?
It's the full moon.
Oh!
Anything else you want to say to each other?
Yes.
I think it'd be nice to have more people in the party.
Can you speak up?
It makes you...
Sorry.
Sorry.
I think it'd be nice to have more people travel with us. I know it makes you uncomfortable, but maybe they can help us too. Maybe they can help you get your name back.
All right. We'll try it for a bit. And we'll just keep our own watch.
Zilli.
Okay. They rejoin the group. And she's like, okay, we'll travel with you guys for a bit. Strength in numbers, you said.
Definitely. At least to the first city. I don't know where you guys are going, but let's at least until we get our bearings, I guess.
Well, we kind of were traveling wherever the road took us, so...
It works out.
Okay,
Sorry, real quick. I'm just reading the chat.
The get a chew toy.
It said she's just like, get a chew toy, easy, get a bone, and then Lady Noir, humans have lots of bones.
I am a human.
No, we have a kobold too, so I mean, after we get to the end of the tunnel, you never know what's gonna happen to him.
I think technically I'm the only human.
True. As your conversation comes to an end, the tunnel seems to be getting a little tighter and tighter until it's like a 5x5 going forwards. So some of you would have to crouch down, and now it's like a single file line as the kobold is ahead of you, and it's like going upwards in this like slope, and you guys have to kind of like travel like that for like another 10 minutes. in that like crouched form, like going upwards. Castil, by the end of this, your back is gonna be hurting a bit from crouching down. But you kind of it's a dead end. It's just nothing's there. It's just a wall. And Peppino goes up ahead of you guys, and he's like feeling against the wall and taps a few spots, and then he like pushes something. If you guys want to try and perceive what he pushes, you can. As it then like swings open, and there's some moonlight now shining into the tunnel as he scurries out.
I assume I'm in the back, but you'd probably call a bit for us. Like, make sure he's not running away. Last thing we want is alarm bells going off at the moment.
Who would be going next? After Peppino.
Should we roll for it?
I'm down.
Okay.
Emily, you're on mute.
Oh, I'll go. I said probably Castle would be first because I'm assuming he was right behind him.
He was, but I also am thinking like it depending on if it's getting smaller and smaller, he might be letting the smaller people go ahead of him.
Well, Rayla will try and stay in the back because she can shine the lantern behind us.
So like Rayla, Castil.
Well, Rayla would be the last person.
Right, Rayla. So Rayla's the last. Castil, so we're going forwards.
I feel like Kaya would be kind of in the middle of Rayla and Castil.
So Rayla, Kaya, Castil, right, the cat. So then it'd be Pedro Zilli's in the front.
I'm down to roll for it. You wanna?
All right, who's first?
Whoever rolls higher is in the front.
Alright,
Automatically higher,
dice? Which dice are we using for this?
Let's just do a D20. I mean, this is D20 game. You have to use the D20.
Okay. Why is this
19.
what I get the nat 20 on?
You got a nat 20?
Nat 20!
Oh man, that Kobold's dead.
19. Good luck beating that.
Nat 20.
That's
I was
amazing.
fooled.
That's funny.
All right, we'll put you guys kind of.
I was having the thought like, oh no, like she's probably going to kill the Kobold after I said that.
Death number 2.
So, Zilli, you can hear Castil shout behind, make sure he's not running away! And as you're coming out, you can see that the Kobold is making a break for it. It's running.
So he is trying to escape.
Yes.
Okay, well... How far ahead is he?
He's 30 feet ahead of you right now.
Cool.
I have you guys mixed up. I should be this way.
I've got range. I'm using chill touch again.
got
No one
range.
can tell.
You're doing what?
Chill touch.
Oh, chill touch.
Again.
Okay. So make a spell attack.
Okay, and then just add... That is 15.
Oh, that hits. Roll for damage.
Yay! Oh, I'm knocking everything off my desk now. 10. I don't add anything. It's just 1 hit point.
Only one?
Only
Okay.
one.
So you pop up.
Doesn't he
cast your
only
spell.
have one?
No, it has more than that.
Oh, okay.
It's
He's not a
squishy, but it's not
civilian.
that squishy. Yeah, it has more than that. So you cast this, you hear, everyone can hear Peppino go, "Ah!" like screech in pain, as he then, like kind of like leans into his shoulder a bit, as if like something just like hurt his shoulder, and he's gonna continue running. So he's gonna dash. So
All right, I'm dashing after him.
Yeah, I'm dashing. I'm gonna try to catch up to him.
okay.
Get back here.
So
And if she, like, once she gets far enough that she's out of sight, she is also going to cast Eldritch Blast.
So for anyone who wants to run forwards, you guys can move up to 60 feet forwards if you're dashing. So for Zilli to get this close to him, that would be your action to dash. Because you were 30 feet away from him, and then he moved 60 feet.
I'm assuming that this is all happening while I am still trying to get out of the tunnel, so
Okay.
I will
You're still
not
getting out.
participate in this as she's pulling her leg out. She's like, okay.
Yeah, that's the big question. Like, if Castil gets the chance, he's going to run, but I don't know.
Yeah. You guys can move from the position you are forward 60 feet if you use your action to dash.
Can I use? So, I got
So
my.
Zilli, you'd be right here. I don't know if it's
Everywhere.
Move 2 spaces backwards. You moved 70 feet. Yeah.
Using my cunning action, I can take a bonus action to use the dash action. Could I dash twice doing that, using my bonus action and my action?
What was the bonus action one? Sorry, cunning action.
Yeah,
is
cunning
the
action.
dash. Yeah.
Allows me to
You
dash
can.
on a bonus action.
Yeah, so you would still have your action if you want.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna dash.
For his action again.
Yeah, he's gonna use his action and bonus action to dash.
Okay.
Does that mean he has 120 feet of speed, or does that put him up to 90?
Would be 90. Because
Okay.
it's just 30.
So 60, and then... Okay. And as he's running, he reaches into his pack, and this whole time he's been making a jangling sound. And especially as he starts running, the jangling becomes a lot more apparent as he pulls out this chain. It's like a hefty, like 10-foot long, solid steel chain, and he pulls this thing out, and he like wraps part of it around his arm. It looks like he's planning on hog tying the guy.
I'm getting
Doesn't
some
matter.
like really creepy vibes from Paige right now.
Hearing you running up behind him, the kobold will look behind, see you charging at him with this hefty chain, and he's just like, ah, no, as he's running.
Get
We're
back here.
still
That's an
running.
Egyptian voice.
Get a dwarven voice. Okay, so you used your action to dash. He will go off the map, but you're close enough where he doesn't disappear into... actually, you guys would notice you are in a heavily forested area. So he's going to run 30 feet, and he's going to try and hide in the foliage. So he's going to try and hide with disadvantage. I'm going to use audience inspiration.
Oh, DM audience inspiration!
So the audience
Could you
can vote to
imagine?
either give Peppino have no effect on his roll, give him disadvantage, or give him advantage to try and hide from the party in the woods.
Okay, let me set up this. The poll has started.
See what people want. Should he get away? Should he not?
You know, the audience does seem pretty partial towards Peppino, so he might just get away. But we'll see.
Oh, it looks like he's getting disadvantaged so far. Oh.
He's been seen.
No complaints.
Oh, tied up.
Oh.
Okay, I have a few complaints.
Oh,
Oh,
we'll see. Any other votes coming in? Oh, the votes changed drastically to disadvantage. Very drastically. Don't kill him, please. Or do.
Up to you.
Seji. Oh my gosh. All right, we are closing the poll in 3, 2, 1. Oh, 1. It is now complete. Disadvantage has won.
disadvantage. All right.
Alright, Pepuno.
What's your passive perception, Paige?
13.
Does anyone have lower than 13?
Yeah.
I think I do.
Oh, but I'm not even there.
What's yours, Zilli?
Passive perception is 11.
11? Okay. Then all of you see Peppino run forwards and dive under some foliage and like grab a branch and like pull it down and the branch is shaking. But he is out of view.
When Zilli sees that, she's just gonna go off to the side and around so that she's behind him. Of
You can
course,
do that.
trying not to make any noise with that.
Oh, stealth roll then. Do you have night vision?
I do have night vision.
Okay, then yeah, you just straight roll.
Can I pretend I didn't see him? like I don't know where he is.
Roll deception.
Deception, yeah, roll deception.
That is a 12 on stealth.
15 for deception.
15, okay.
This is cruel. Just torment him.
You don't know, Greg, if he believed you or not. Sorry, Paige. Zilli, you were moving... Wait, what'd you roll again?
12.
12? You're making some noise. You, like, snap a twig here and there. But you think he's so preoccupied with the chain sound in front of him, he might not have heard you.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I'm going around so that I'm behind him.
Okay. For anyone who wants to, you guys can catch up to them at this point.
Yeah.
Kaya over here, she actually ends up helping Rayla out. She helps her by moving like some tree branches out of the way. It doesn't say anything. She's just staying with her and doesn't seem phased by everyone else running away.
Yeah, Rayla just nods to you as you do that and like briskly walks, does not run.
As you were getting out of the hole, the cat did jump from your shoulders and like landed on the ground and like shook itself off
And does she not want back on the shoulders, or does she just want to walk like next to Rayla?
She seems like she's just following at the time.
Okay.
For the time being.
Rayla's going to let that chill for a minute.
Kaya's keeping pace with her quite easily, but she keeps eyeing the cat like nervously, like as if it might run away, but doesn't do anything fast.
Okay.
Remember, keep him alive. He did lead us out and kept his word. And I'm just gonna stand back and watch to see what these two people do, who clearly know where this guy is.
Yeah.
Eventually we do catch up.
Yeah.
I don't think I can move the cat anymore. Sierra.
Oh, you can't move it anymore? Oh,
Mm-mm.
it's because I re-put the... Oh,
Switched pages and stuff.
yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. It's okay.
So, Paige, he's kind of like pretending he doesn't know where he's gone off to. He's like scratching his head and everything. And he's like, where have you gone off to this time? In that familiar gnome voice. And then he just goes, there he is. And then he's gonna like dive down and try to catch him with the chains and wrap him up.
So make a grapple check with advantage.
Nice.
And it's going to try and not get in this situation. As you say that, he goes, as he like is frantically trying to crawl away.
And I can use acrobatics for a grapple check, right?
You have to use strength.
Okay.
It's the defender gets to choose, I think, dexterity or strength, is what I recall.
Yes.
Could be wrong though. Okay.
And Zilli's right behind him as well. So if he tries to crawl away,
16 total.
16. Okay. Let's see. Wow. Wow. That was really low. 10? I guess he loses that, poor guy.
Nice.
No, not Pepino.
He's gonna tie Pepino up, and he's gonna tie the chains into knots and keep it real tight around him.
He's just like, let me go, as he's like twisting and turning on the ground, very loud.
The three of us are just watching this chaos happen.
Zilli is also just gonna like stare him down. There seems to be like a darker, colder look in her eyes. As she says in broken common, don't struggle.
Roll for intimidation.
Okay. Oh, my intimidation's also really good. That is a 16.
16. You say this and he like looks up in your eyes and he like visibly like shrinks into himself and he stops moving. But you can tell that his like little claw hands are like trembling.
Pepino.
It's had a rough day.
He has.
He's had a rough day.
Oh, and Zilli's gone.
Oh, she gone.
No, I'm still here. I'm just getting something.
Oh, okay.
What do you guys want to do? You have him hogtied in chains, and he's very scared.
It is also dark out, right?
It is dark out, yes.
It's dark out.
It's nighttime. I'm going to take... Can I do a perception check on our surroundings?
Yes.
That is going to be a 15.
15. It's heavily forested. You can see the moon. It's not like you can sense anything super dangerous right away. You can see the hole that you guys came out of back behind you. It's still open. Heavy trees, foliage. This looks like a deer trail, kind of. It's not an official road, but it has been traveled on, probably out of that hole, you could assume.
But we don't know where we are.
Correct. You don't know where you are.
And Sierra, I just rolled 2 for perception, and I got a 21.
So you see all of that as well. And let's see, along this path, what would you see? Let me look at the map real quick.
No, you're good. You're
I can
good.
tell you another thing.
I don't think we should stay here, Kaya.
You, Kaya, from like looking around and your experience the past couple days, you can tell that rain is coming again. And like you can see the clouds rolling in, and you can kind of tell by like looking around that you guys have traveled quite a distance from where you were previously, and that Ingwood is now to the east of you. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what you can tell.
All right. So she pulls her hood on, like closer to her, and she actually changes it to a greenish color to kind of match the foliage to kind of blend in a little bit more. And she kind of just says, "Rain's coming." And she looks around for a moment, like trying to figure out where she is. And she says, "I believe Inkwood is that way." And she points east.
Okay, if Inkwood is that way, then we should probably start heading in that direction to at least restock on supplies. Either way, I think we should be getting out of this area.
Agreed.
And she nods.
She will go into her pack and pull out the last little chunk that big of jerky she has.
Last little piece.
Yeah,
Really
the
small.
last little piece that big of jerky. And she's going to offer it to the cat. If the cat wants it. If it does not want it, she will take it back. But mostly, Rayla is offering it because she is afraid that the cat has not eaten in a while if it was in a bag. And she wants to make sure that the cat, if it chooses to stay or leave, that it at least has had somewhat of a meal.
You offer the jerky to the cat, and the cat will take it from your hand. It'll like step back a bit, and it's like now crouched on the ground, and it's like eating pieces of it.
Thank you, Paige, and remind me your name again. Is it Zilli?
Zilli.
Zilli. Thank you.
What? Who was that?
Siri.
That was Siri? Siri, play D&D.
I think we can let him go in just a sec, but I would like to have a word with him before that, if you two don't mind.
Paige nods. Yeah, he like lifts him up with both his arms. He's kind of has to put his whole body weight into him. The chains are kind of heavy. Not him though. But yeah, he just walks him up to you and he says, "Well, what do you propose we do then?" In the dwarvish voice.
Peppino, let me ask you something. What are your thoughts of your working conditions here?
Good.
So you enjoy working for... Hold up. Lizard. Because if I'm honest, I don't really care for the man.
Okay.
I would really very much like to get ahead of him, so I need you to keep this secret just for a little bit. And if you can do that, I can maybe put in a good word with Tapulea. He's trying to name drop here to get this little guy.
Hmm. That's interesting. Okay. What was the name you dropped again?
I may be saying it wrong, but Tapulea? It's the person I met outside the library that one time.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Her name kind of sounds like taboo, you know, like it's taboo to talk to this person.
I may have written it down incorrectly, so correct me if I got that wrong.
But it's the one outside the library.
Yeah.
I have so many names. I just want to double check that I got the right one.
She was studying stuff at the time.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And
So
if you want me to roll bluffing, I can.
The name is Tanulaya.
Tan.
Ulia.
Okay.
Tanulaya. So it was close, but it's Tanulaya.
I mean, I won't lie. This is a full-on lie to the Kobold, but
I don't think it would know who that was. It gives you like a confused look, like it doesn't really understand, and then it goes, okay.
she's his boss.
No, it's not.
Sorry.
One of them.
I don't think so. I know my bosses very well. This is hard. I'm trying to not to laugh.
So you're saying the royalty has no idea what he's doing here?
This is so hard not to laugh.
And he's like getting a little bit more quiet with that because he's trying to make sure that Paige and Zilli do not hear this.
The chief knows.
The chief knows, but not the princess.
The definition of I am not paid enough to know.
Just give us a couple hours. Can you do that for me?
No problem, my lord. I got you.
And can I insight that?
You're over insight.
My insight is really good. It's a 16. I want to say +4, but I need to double check this. Oh no, it's a +2. That is an 18.
18. And you said a few hours, right?
Yeah.
He seems like he will for sure not tell anyone for a couple hours.
Thank you. As promised, I will give you your life.
Thank
Do
you,
those-
my lord.
Those
He's like,
creatures, do they? Are they affected by these lanterns? You hold up the little mushroom lantern.
You're talking about the shadows?
Yeah.
Let me double check their stats, and then I will tell you.
I'm loving the like all caps Toad screaming in the chat right now. I'm reading the chat and I'm just hearing Toad's voice screaming every word in my mind.
Well, I mean,
No, it won't hurt, but they don't. And it's annoying.
Will it keep you safe, I should say?
They won't hurt me, my lord.
Oh, okay. I was concerned about that, but then we'll
They're
let
not
you get back to
wild.
your base. Oh. They don't what?
They're not wild.
Oh, okay, they're tamed. Got it.
Hmm?
That was me not hearing. That was out of character Dane because he didn't understand what the kobold had said. Well, all right then. I mean, we'll have you on your merry way then.
Thank you.
He promised not. We got a few hours head start. We should probably get going. He's gonna say that to the rest of the group.
Paige just kind of sighs and he starts undoing the chains.
Fine.
Fine.
How late in the night is it?
You could probably guess from like the moon and how long it's been since your companion said it had turned nighttime. That it's. Let's see if it goes down at. It's probably around 9 p.m.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, she's like, yeah, let's get out of here.
I'm
Okay.
going to intentionally direct our people westward, so we go away from where we were told to go, and so we can loop around and then go the way we want to go. So the
you wanna have
kobold,
them go.
I want the kobold to see us go one way, but we go the other way.
So do like a bigger loop. Okay.
Okay. I will follow. And assumedly the cat is following me.
Yeah, just following. You guys said. Okay, so it's to the east, so you're gonna go west and then loop around to the east?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you guys start traveling. Do you want to do anything or say anything together as you're traveling away? As you like let Peppino out of the chains, he immediately like gets up and he runs towards the tunnel. And he'll get like in the tunnel and close it. And if anyone was watching, you could see that it like covers up almost seamlessly, and there's like a rock over it. It's well hidden, very well hidden.
Well, I don't have a map to mark it on, so...
Darn. Because you also don't know where you are.
Yeah.
But we know we're gonna be west from wherever we're going.
Well, technically,
True.
Kaya told me that Inkwood is east, so I generally, based off of maps that I had seen a while back.
I have a vague idea of where you are.
Yeah, like a vague idea.
I like
So,
it.
are you absolutely sure this is the way, Kaya?
So as they're walking, Kaya's she's really like entranced by this cat and just staring at her. And then she keeps like peeking at this little piece of paper. And you can't really see what's on it, but she keeps looking at it and then looking at the cat and then looking at it and then looking at the cat. And then when you talk, when you speak to her, she kind of startles and she's like, "Oh," and she like folds the paper up and she's like, "Yes, I'm decently sure."
Do you mind me asking how you know of that? Just for my own comfort. I mean, if it's too personal, you don't have to tell me. But
I recognize these woods. I had just traveled through them, so
oh,
I know where we are.
wonderful.
Paige pipes up as well. He mimics you. He says, "The right way, the right way," as he's like pointing in the direction we're headed. He says, "You would actually know this, Castil," but he says, in that same female gnome voice, he says, "My home is inside of Ingwood," in sort of like this manufactured casual tone, and he repeats it a couple times. "My home is in Ingwood."
I love
Yeah.
this so much. Paige is so cute. My home is
Kaya kind of looks at Castil and she's like trying to like, "Do you know what's wrong with him?" Like she doesn't say that, but she's like, why does he talk like that?
She kirks an eyebrow. She's like,
I mean,
He
Rayla
just
knows
kinda
what
shrugs.
a kenku is.
She's like, "I don't know."
Kaya, you do have a little bit of experience with kenkus.
Seji, that
as
is
you've
correct.
talked to one before. It's in your backstory, the name. But you would know that one tends to like talk in one tone for the most part. But once in a while, it will like use someone else's voice, and so you would know that like they don't have their own voice, quote unquote. They like mimic people.
Yeah, I don't think I have a kenku in my backstory.
I'll send it to you.
Okay, because I just read it and I didn't see that, but that's good to know.
Possible you missed it, but I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw it, so I know it's there. But it's like on mine, because I know we were taking different notes. So
yeah.
Well, off we go.
How long do we want to set until we want to set up camp? Like, I know it's getting late for. It's getting late.
Sierra, how far are we from Ingwood? From what Kaya knows.
you're not sure where, like, distance-wise. You just know that it's like in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
For Paige, however, Paige, could you make a survival check for me, Paige?
"Yeah, no problem."
Well, I know Zilli and I are happy to keep going as long as you all need. Or as long as you all want to.
Darkness doesn't bother me too much, so I'm happy to defer to those who it might.
I rolled a 17 for survival.
17. So looking around, you could tell that you're about a day's travel from Ingwood, where you guys have come out. But you are very close to a small village. Maybe like 30 more minutes in that kind of west, east direction, because you guys are now looping around. Wait, no, northeast direction. So you're like looping around now, towards going east towards Ingwood, and it's in that kind of sort of direction. There's a small village.
Paige like takes this. You hear him like release this sort of grumble and some growling as he seems pretty upset about something, and then he makes this like page flipping sound as he proceeds to give you a very butchered form of speech. First he says, do you not have the right words? And then he says, 1 day too far. Village close by. All of these voices are in the same gnome voice that you've come accustomed to.
Is this the first time that that's happened when he's been
Not
with
for you.
Castil?
Not for
Okay,
you.
okay.
You have gathered that sometimes when he doesn't have the right words, he has to butcher together phrases that he's heard, and it doesn't sound very good, and that's why he's upset about it.
Mm.
So you're saying there's a village nearby that we could stay at?
That's correct. In the same voice.
Half an hour away?
He kind of shakes his head side to side, says, more or less.
Okay.
Sounds like a perfect stop for me. Or to me.
And then he points a finger in the direction of the village and just kind of starts walking.
You
Trying
guys just
leading
like veer
everyone.
a little off your current path.
Kaya's still holding her torch, and she kind of looks longingly in the direction of the village, like she really could use some nice shelter at this point.
Rayla is actually, at this point, now that they're like up in the woods, she would have shuttered her lantern. And just gone off of Kaya's torchlight. And trying to adjust her eyes to the dark as much as she can. Obviously, there's not like much she can do, but her light just might be a bit too bright right now.
For this, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys can do that. You will reach the village in like 30 minutes. It's your choice whether or not you want to like skip ahead, or do you guys want to talk about anything?
Actually, yes. Oh, sorry. Did you
I was
want
saying Castil's not going to bring anything up about, like, because he had promised that he'd talk about it later. He's not going to bring it up unless you approach him at this point. When we get to town, he will do it on his own. But
when we're like really close to town, before like people in the town could see us, but like my Rayla will stop you all and she'll say, you all should go ahead without me, and I'll join you in just a bit.
is everything okay?
Oh, yes, I just don't want you to be seen with me.
I don't understand why
Question.
not, but okay.
Question, Emily.
Yes.
So I know we talked about this when we were talking about Rayla and Zilli.
Mm-hmm.
But how I remember it is people didn't react until they heard your name. Do they know what you look like?
Well, so yes, a lot of people do know what I look like, especially when we're closer to Vale. My character is very, like, she's got her family crest emblazoned on a shield on her back. Like, people tend to notice her pretty quick with the, bright blonde hair, you know. She tries to, like, layer up her clothes so she doesn't look regal at all, you know. Not that she is anymore, but,
Does she have a hood and cloak?
she does, but she doesn't like to use them very well. Let me correct that, actually. She does not anymore because she gave it to you. I remember this in the backstory. She had a cloak that had a hood on it, and she gave it to you. Remember when you first met her?
Oh, I think I do remember that.
Yeah, she has a trench coat, but it doesn't have a hood.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then with that, Zilli is actually going to pull out said cloak and hand it to you, saying, "Use this."
And Rayla will deny. No, Zilli, I appreciate the gesture, but I will not hide who I am.
We've been staying outside long enough.
Zilli, it's all right. You can go inside with them. Just walk in with the rest of the group. I'll be in a little bit.
You promise?
I promise. And she's gonna hold out her pinky. And you know she does not break a pinky promise.
She will take the pinky promise.
The pinky promise.
Aww.
She's gonna say, I'll be in just no more than 20 minutes.
Zilli nods.
And she'll turn back to Castil and she'll say, I am unwanted by many people in this kingdom. So you do not want to be seen with me. Otherwise, you'll draw the wrong kind of attention to yourself.
Understandable. Do you know how you're going to catch up with us later? Because I still owe you an explanation.
I appreciate it. I'll be in to the town. I just don't want to arrive with you all. I'll meet you in the local tavern in there.
Sounds good.
Paige kind of shakes his head. He says, "Aren't humans so silly, Paige?" In the same gnomish voice. And then he's going to say, "Are you hungry?"
When you say, "Are you hungry?" the cat goes,
The cat knows.
The cat.
Same thing as when they hear the food bowl fill.
Yeah. She'll say, I'll be okay, but thank you.
He gives kind of like this cocked face towards you. He says, "Okay, but I'm leaving this here." And then he's going to pull his pack off, and then he reaches in and like scrounges to the bottom and pulls out a ration that's been wrapped up. And then covering it with both his hands, he kind of brings it over towards you, and then opens it up and takes a small bit of meat and hands it towards the cat on the ground.
It'll
Like
eagerly
down for
take
her.
the meat from you, and it's now crouched down eating the meat again.
And then he just literally puts the ration down on like a rock next to you, and he pats the top of it, and then just walks away.
Okay.
It's so wholesome. Kaya kind of she looks at Rayla, and then she looks at the village, and she kind of looks at it longingly, but then she looks back, and she's like, she kind of like waits until everyone else makes a decision, and then kind of steps towards Rayla and says, I would like to stay with you if you don't mind.
I appreciate the gesture, but please, you don't want to do that to yourself. It will
And then she
not be good.
She looks at you. She looks at you more firmly, and she says, "No, I want to stay here with you."
You're doing this to yourself.
She just kind of shakes her head. She's like, "It's my choice."
Okay? I won't stop you.
The cat goes,
Ooh.
couldn't hear what you said, Greg. You were muted.
I was just saying happy cat noises.
the cat can keep eating the ration if it wants.
It seems satisfied after the meat. Okay, so who all is headed to town then? Castil, Zilli, and Paige?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay.
Rayla will pat Zilli on the head before Zilli goes.
I also get out my water skin and this small cup. I told you I carry this cup that looks like this, and I pour a little bit of water in it for the cat.
The cat will go sniff it and it'll start drinking the water as it's like down and its tail's like flicking a little bit. Its ears are still like kind of turning and twisting, listening for things, but it seems to like calm down a little more and its ears stop twitching as much and as it's drinking its water.
And she just sits on the ground next to it, kind of watching it. Not too close, but just kind of watching.
Okay. So the two of you will stay behind for like 20 minutes with the cat. For everybody else, you head to town, to the village. Correction, a village. And as you are getting closer, I'll move you guys to a new map, but Paige and Rayla just don't move around because you guys aren't there.
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys are coming up to this village, there are like 4 ruffian bandit-looking guys. 2 at like the entrance of the village, and there's 2 on either side next to these like small buildings. One looks like it was like a guardhouse at one point, and the other looks like it might have been like a stable maybe. But they're all like very run down, and it's just these 4 bandit guys now. And there's the name of the village, which is Kuzin Village, and it's like the sign is like tilted. It looks run down. But as you guys approach, the 2 guys up front kind of like put their hands on swords on either side, and there is one who's like leaning against the guardhouse, and he comes forwards a bit. He's like, "Welcome to our village. Pay the toll of 1 silver, and you are welcome to enter. Per person, to be clear."
It's a scam.
We're all traumatized now.
Paige will walk up. He like counts behind him. He's like, 1, 2, 3, and then he's gonna pull out 3 bits of silver and he's gonna hand them towards the bandits.
Is this common occurrence?
Probably not.
I would assume so. I would assume that Paige has been here before.
If you have
because he has explored the forest. Like,
you've maybe come into the town, maybe. But sure, we could say you've been here. Sure, why not? You've been to Kuzin Village. You've been here like maybe twice. It's fairly small. There's not a ton going on here. It's more of like a village that makes their money off of lumber and livestock. And you know that, like many smaller villages and hamlets, because of the war going on, there have been essentially gangs popping up in different villages who are running the town now and are protecting the town and stuff like that.
For fees.
So, this is kind of normal in the more recent days. This is normal for this town, although it's gone up. It didn't used to be 1 silver per person. You do know that.
Paige would kind of, he like counts up the money and he like hands it over, and he'll actually state the previous price. He'll mimic the voice of the guy who called the money from him. It was like 5 copper before. It was. It's just like 5 copper per person. Fine. And he hands over the 3 silver pieces, just kind of accepting it. Like, 3.
The guy takes the silver from you, looks at him, pockets them, and he's like, monsters in the woods. Gotta up the price. But welcome back, kind sir. He like gestures for all three of you to enter into the town, and he'll step off to the side, and so will the guys blocking the path, and you guys can enter this town freely.
Village.
Village. Words. I know words.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, we'll enter on in. Page's been here. He probably knows where some things are. So we'll kind of lead people towards, like, the inn or tavern, wherever that would be. Or whatever is made up an inn.
Yeah, like whatever the inn, tavern, whatever combination thing.
You know,
Yes,
there's
so
always one. There's always
There's
one.
like an inn here. It's kind of a mix between a stable and also like the only place to eat in town kind of thing. It's like a village. It's like a mix of all of that. I know there's a way to split you guys on the map, but I'm not sure how to do that
What do you
right
mean?
now. Like, I don't want everybody. I just want some of you.
Oh, you mean like splitting
go.
them on...
There we go. I figured it out. I lost one. It's okay.
Where am I?
Oh, this is the wrong one. Don't
Oh,
look.
I'm done. It's all darkness.
Why is it a folder? Oh my goodness. I don't know what is happening.
You
This
probably have the
folder's on my
updated
maps.
version of it.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Bum, bum,
Wrong with you?
bum, bum, bum.
There we go. Okay, that was
Hey.
weird. 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 Weird.
Now it's stuck in my head.
Dang. That's unfortunate. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's a great song.
Okay. That's the village, like the entire village. I'd say the inn. It's not that one. It would be this one right. This like building clump right here is the sorry. Everyone else can't see it, but the 3 party members who are on this map can see it.
That's what
those
matters.
like buildings, those are the like stable, the inn. There's like a few beds. There's like maybe 5, or probably 6 actually in the entire inn, and the eating places are like a pavilion outside. It's not like closed walls. You can see it's more run down than it was last time. Like, it was run down, but it's like falling apart even more so since you've last been here. Probably hasn't been getting a lot of visitors. And that's kind of what you guys just noticed as you're walking through the town. It feels almost like a ghost town almost. But it's also really late at night, so people are probably inside. But while you guys are walking through town to your inn, we will jump back to Kaya and Rayla. And at this time, it's been like the 20 minutes, so you're like walking towards town.
Yeah.
Chirp, 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 chirp.
And I'm assuming the cat's
Crickets.
with us, just following.
Yeah, the cat's following.
Okay. Well, here goes nothing.
You guys walk up and... Oh, these guys aren't here. Don't look at these ones. They're not there. There we go. And you see that same thing of the 4 guards up there. The different... Ah, Kaya's gone.
No!
Kaya's back.
There she
Is it-
is.
Yes.
Yes, you're
Okay,
back.
you couldn't hear me earlier, but I was gonna say, can we, before we like start walking towards the village, can we just like have a conversation in the 20
Yeah.
minutes? Just to, like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
just to, like,
Yeah, no, Rayla doesn't actually eat the rations that Paige left. She will, like, offer them to you, Kaya.
yeah, Kaya she kind of looks at it, kind of ignores it for a little bit, but then after a few minutes she reaches for it and eats it anyways. And she looks a little like the food looks like tastes off to her just because she's not used to eating rations like that. But she still eats it anyways because she's hungry. And it's like quiet for a long time. But after like they're both kind of watching the cat and sitting quietly, she kind of turns to Rayla and she says, "Can you tell me a little bit about what happened? I know you're a Sunstrider, but what happened?"
What happened? My brother, well, he became a traitor. He released a Moliensi seed in Vale. Thankfully, they were able to catch it before it did the worst amount of damage it could, but still, all of Vale suffers from the effects of it. And he was killed for it. Beheaded right in the square.
She's quiet for a moment. She looks back at you. Were you and your brother, were you close?
Yes, we were for a long time. Growing up. But, you know, you can't rewrite history. No matter how much I wish I could bring my brother back, it's not the will of whatever gods have built this place. He's dead. All of Vale hates the Sunstriders. And somehow, by some dark twist of fate, my family is still alive. And it is my goal to try and make some semblance of a life for my family. So yes, people despise me, they hate me for what my brother did. That's what you're going to experience when we walk into that village.
She looks at her hands and kind of is picking at her nails again, and I'm so sorry.
Don't be.
I remember my parents talking about his execution. I didn't know much at the time, but I'm sure it was really hard.
It was quick.
And then she peeks up at you before she just looks down again. And I'm also not the most liked either. I ran away from my position. in order to find my sister.
Were you a lady? A duchess? Baroness?
She looks back at the cat and kind of pours more water in there because it's kind of getting empty. And she, hang on, I can't. Let me just look at my backstory to remember something.
Rayla
So
seems
much
to.
backstory coming out. This is nice.
I know, right? Rayla seems to kind of like pull her coat in a little tighter. And she goes, well, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, she just kind of turns and she just says, Countess. And that's kind of.
Countess. Nice.
Staying out here isn't exactly my strong suit.
Well, you get used to it after a while. I've been out of cushy places for a little over 2 years. So you'll get those calluses.
She kind of nods, but the mention of 2 years kind of makes her look a little bit somber, and she just kind of returns her attention to the cat.
When you get a little more somber, the cat kind of looks up and it'll like get up and it'll do a little circle, brush across your leg, then brush across Rayla's, do a little spin, and then sit back down next to the water. It looks like it's not drinking anymore, but it's now just watching both of you.
Actually, when the cat does that, Rayla's going to get down on one knee and she's going to kind of. No.
Greg!
Wait, no. No.
Got down on one name and he was like, let me.
So
No.
fast.
Rayla and the cat.
Sorry, keep going. Sorry.
Oh no, I love that. Okay. She gets down on one knee and like reaches out towards the cat and kind of like rubs its back a little bit and just takes a look and says, "Hey, I never got to say this back then, but thank you for what you did."
And it kind of purrs a little bit.
You've always got a friend in me. And then she like looks back up to Kaya and she goes, "I'm not crazy."
She kind of smiles and like looks away like, okay.
Well, she gets up and brushes a little bit of the dirt off her knee. I probably ought to get inside and, hear Castil's story. I can't get his name right.
She nods and stands up, brushing her cloak, and she kind of pulls it tighter so that nobody can recognize her.
Okay. We head to the village.
All right. So as you guys are walking up, you see those guards, and the one off of the guard house, the rundown guard house, steps forwards, and
Rayla's standing tall.
he sees your shield. You can't really tell because he has a mask on.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, "My lady, what a welcome surprise."
Well, it's quite the reception.
They are
May
nothing but gentlemen. He gestures to his friends.
I don't doubt it. Now, I'm gonna head inside if it's all the same.
Ah, of course, but you'll have to pay the toll. 1 gold per person.
I knew that was gonna happen.
I knew it was gonna be higher. I knew.
I knew it.
A gold.
A gold. Surely, someone even of your tarnished rank can afford that.
Kaya's just like already grabbing the gold piece. Like she does not know money like at all, straight up. So she's just like, okay, like that's what it costs. All right, like doesn't really see the worth in the gold.
And Rayla's like, it like sees you pull out the gold, and she's like, oh my gosh, money? You have money? She's like, if I had any boys, it'd be yours. But alas, my pockets are empty. And she like opens, like, you know how she like opens up two of her pockets and pulls the pouch out. It's empty. Stuffs it back in.
No gold, no entry.
Come on. Just a simple favor.
I'm being quite generous to let such a traitor in my city, well, village.
I so badly want to make a comment on that.
You can comment, he said it. It's fine.
Oh, a city. You know, I think I've seen far greater cities than this place.
Well, I'd say it's in better shape than your own.
And then Kaya just grabs another one and she just shakes her head and goes up and hands him both.
He takes the gold and does a little bow to you. My lady, please enter our little village. That will soon be a city at some point.
Yeah.
We've got big plans with all this income.
Robbing rich
know.
people.
I'll step aside so you guys can pass. But Rayla, you feel like all of the guys are giving you a look that kind of just makes your skin crawl. And it's like,
She's very uncomfortable. But as soon as they get past she gets past them, Rayla's gonna be like, no spit this time. That was a good reception.
Kaya kind of looks at her like, but then she just smiles and she nods like, good. I'm happy for you.
Oh, he did not. Yeah, no, he was, yeah.
No, he was there.
Rayla does not like that. She does, like, she is holding all of her stuff to herself. And we make our way to the nearest inn tavern thingy place.
okay. It takes a little bit of time for you to like find it because you don't have a guide. But you eventually find it. It's this area up here.
Is anything happening to them as they are like passing by people, or?
No, it's pretty empty right now.
Okay.
There's not
'Cause
really
it's
anyone on the
late.
streets. Okay, so for everyone else, what do you want to have done while they've had this experience?
It makes sense for us to have gone in already and like sort of do stuff because we've had at least a little bit of time to like prepare in there to like get rooms and stuff.
Okay, you guys can get a group room for 3 copper per person, or you can get private rooms for 5 copper per person.
They have a lot of extra rooms in this village.
Yeah.
No one really comes.
I think Rayla and Zilli will get a shared room for 3 copper each. Like where it's just shared between us. Is
you
that?
can't decide until we get there. They have to decide.
Yeah.
Oh.
It would make sense. It would make sense for Zilli to get a group room and for
The
two
group
people?
room is like it's one group room. Like
Oh, for
They're going-
everyone.
it's everybody's in a group room, kind of like NPC days at LARP. Like it's a group room, or you could pay extra and get that like little side room.
Oh,
for
okay.
you, like a buddy or something.
Okay,
So-
never mind. That
If
is.
If it's a group room, is it we might be sharing with people outside of our party?
Yes. However, when you come in and from the owner of this place, you get the feeling no one else is here.
So, yeah.
Castil would go for the group room and be willing to pay for anyone who's not there, just in case. So that'd be.
If you do the
How would-
group room, I believe it'd be 15 copper, so 1 silver, 5 copper. I think I counted that right.
Yeah, because if we're buying 2 extra rooms for the people coming, then it would be 15 total.
Yeah.
So yes, silver and 5 copper.
That's fine by me.
Poor days. Poor days.
So, are you guys just gonna like sit in the tavern eating dinner or something like that?
Yes.
Is dinner free with lodging?
No, it is not. You have to pay for the food. You can get like some bread for 2 copper. For copper, you can get their signature slop.
Oh yeah.
For like a silver, you can then get like bread, cheese, some meat, maybe a little bit of wine, but like it's like 1 shot worth. Like that is all you get.
Okay, he'll get bread and some signature slop.
Okay, so that'll be 3 copper.
Same for
Forks him over.
Castil.
3 copper. As you guys are buying food, the owner's face, it's a woman dwarf. She's smiling. Like she went from being like, oh, like people are here, it's late at night, to like, oh, people are here, like, oh, come on in. And then as you're spending more money, she's like, oh, thank you. Like, oh, please. And she's like dusting off things and very excited. Very excited. Zilli, will you be getting anything?
Well, a little fact. Zilli grew up on the streets, and doesn't quite understand money that well either. So she's reading everything on the menu, and to those who understand Elven, you just hear, "I don't have copper."
Sad.
No worries. I'll cover you today.
Then she'll just
He
order
replies
a thing
that
of slop.
in Sylvan.
In Elvish?
Or Elvish, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, Elvish.
It's so sad because
well-
I know what she's referencing. Sorry.
Does she have like silver and gold, but she doesn't have copper?
Yeah.
Well, she has gold, but she doesn't have anything. Like, she just has gold.
Lord. That's funny.
So then she'll just order a bowl of slop. She's used to that kind of food.
Mm,
Okay.
yeah. Paige
Okay.
will neutrally eat it. Sometimes you happily eat food. Not here. Just neutrally.
Neutrally.
Neutrally eating food. The slop is not amazing. It's like just like a step above what you might give pigs. It's really not great. Yeah, it's not great, but it does fill your stomach. So, anything you want to talk about as you guys are eating, or if not, then we'll have Rayla and Kaya join you at this moment as you are finishing your meal.
Not really. Castil would just be making sure that everybody in the group is taken care of in the sense, like they don't have to worry too much. Trying to be like a guide leader of a group that's
The father.
caring. Yes.
The father.
The dad of the group.
That's right. What did we
Hey.
decide to call him? The king of uppies, or what was it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
He's the king. Astarion is the lord. The king of
Nice.
uppies, lord of
Nice.
uppies. Yeah.
I like it. Okay.
Nice. I'm gonna ask Megan, high or low?
Ooh, high or low tonight, guys.
Let's go high this time.
So close. It was a low.
Um,
So, Paige, you would see this. He won't say anything. It was to sort of see if he would ask. But so, are you completely covered with your cloak? I assume when you're eating, like your arms are coming out and stuff.
Yeah.
You would note that occasionally Paige will like look over towards you, and he's clearly looking at like your arm, where there's like scars and marks and stuff across your arm, and he'll like be peering an eye over, and then he'll like look back down towards his food, and almost like it's none of his business. He's just like,
She's just continuing eating the food.
She's like, I.
No,
"Fine."
She's like, this
I
food is
don't owe
great
you
compared to
nothing.
what I grew up on.
Honestly, probably the biggest and best meal she's had in a very, very long time.
or ever.
Yeah.
Wow. Is she happily eating the food?
Yeah.
Nice.
nice. Okay. Rayla, Kaya, you guys are able to find the group. They're in this like open pavilion kind of setup, eating some food. It doesn't look very appetizing. It kind of looks kind of very bland, very gray.
Is it outside of the inn?
Yeah, so it's like these three buildings right here.
Uh-huh.
So you have like a pavilion, like it's outside.
Mm-hmm.
So like the walls are open, but it's covered with a roof, and it has like some tables for you to sit at. And then there's like the inn, which is like a modified house of sorts. So like the owner has like one bedroom that's hers, and then she's been like renting out everything else.
Yeah.
And then there's like a stable that looks like it could hold like 2 horses. You do notice it's like the rest of the town, this place is kind of run down. It looks like she probably hasn't had very many visitors at her inn place.
Okay.
So
So
you
do
guys
we
are all
see
together.
the manager of the inn?
You can see her like brushing some things off,
Okay.
cleaning some plates up from them eating.
Okay.
As you approach, she's like, "Oh, welcome! Are you the friends they were speaking of?"
Rayla's gonna assume she doesn't know her, and she's just gonna be like, acquaintances.
Acquaintances. Oh, wonderful. Come on in. You can have some food. 1 copper for a slop, 2 copper for bread, 5 copper if you want bread, meat, and a shot of wine.
Not a slop.
Rayla's going to pull out 2 copper pieces, and she's just going to say, I know this is very strange, but could I watch you grab the bread?
Oh, sure, dear, that's fine. And she'll take the copper from you, and you can follow her inside where she has like a small little kitchen, and there's some bread. It's a little old. It's not molding at all, but she like cuts.
Rayla's
chunk of
watching
bread.
her hands very closely.
And she like cuts a chunk off of the bread and puts it on a plate and hands it to you. Here you go, dear.
And then spits in it.
Rayla's like, okay, thank you. And she'll just like slowly turn and she'll go out into the pavilion with her little hunk of bread. And she will like pull off like a little tiny chunk of it, and nibble on it, like, and then she's going to wrap a cloth around it and put the rest in her bag.
Okay. I mean, it's not bad, it's not good, but it, from what you could tell when you walked up, it looks like it's the same quality everyone's gotten.
She's not worried about quality.
Kaya's a little bit different. She goes up there and she's like, can I get the bread and cheese? But can I like pay a little extra and replace the wine for some meat too and just get like a little bit of everything?
Sure. Of course. She'll take 5 copper from you. You gave her 5, right? Or did you give her silver? Okay. She'll take the 5 copper and she'll hurry inside and she'll come out with that same oldish bread. The meat is edible. It does not look like it's the best meat you'd ever find. And instead of wine, she brought you some milk, and the milk is like the freshest thing out of all of this entire meal. Because she, like, it's bread, meat, that's kind of what came with it all.
It's only been sitting out since morning.
Yeah.
Good to know. Can I do like just like some sort of check on it to make sure that it's not gonna give me food poisoning or something?
Yeah, make a survival check.
I got an 18.
18. You feel like for most people, this would not cause any problems. However, because of your background and how recently you came from your background, you might get a stomach ache. Because you're not used to eating anything this old.
Is there something that's like better to eat than the other things? Like,
yeah, the bread is definitely the bread and the milk. It's the meat where it gets a little questionable. Which for other people you think other like Zilli would probably handle it just fine, with her being like looking like she came off the streets.
ooh.
Or Paige. But like you, where you just came from, it might be a little rough.
I mean, Rayla also has been on the streets, so she'd probably be fine with it too.
She'd probably be fine as well.
Yeah, so my character kind of looks at it. She's kind of sad because she's not used to really gross food, but she just kind of takes it and she walks over to Rayla. She doesn't like, she sits by her, but like not too close because she recognizes that Rayla has some like boundaries, and so she sits like kind of nearby, and then she starts like breaking like the bread and the cheese and the meat, and she ends up like giving like some of the meat to the cat and the rest like wrapping it up because like for later for the cat, and she also pours some of the milk in the same little cup she used earlier for the cat, and then she's just kind of munching on her bread and cheese.
As you pour the milk, the cat like rubs against your legs once more and then happily drinks the milk.
And then she's kind of happy because she's like, yes, they do like milk. I was right. But she also asks Rayla if she wants any cheese or meat at all with her bread.
Oh, I'm okay, but thank you.
Okay. If none of you want to do anything tonight, then we can say you guys can go to bed.
I think we were having a conversation over dinner.
Were you guys having one?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Castle, we were
Oh,
gonna...
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay, it's okay. We all sat at the pavilion.
You're there, you're talking.
Rayla takes her one morsel of bread and stuffs the rest in her bag, and she goes, so,
Yes.
answers?
Before that, quick question. How much do you know about Steelforge and the citizens there? Not the military, but the citizens.
Not much.
To sum it up, there is a hierarchy there that is based majority on your race. Creatures like kobolds are a little bit on the lower end. However, those of my race, and he'll kind of like pull up a little bit to show his skin color.
Drow.
We are seen a little bit higher in the totem pole.
Is this a conversation everyone can hear? Like, in your group?
He would be making sure only those at the table could hear, but yes.
Yeah. That's what I mean, like your group. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And she goes, you're drow.
Yes, but I normally don't tell people. You caught me in a precarious situation, so I will give you an explanation. But I am more druid than I identify as a drow at the moment.
So what do you know about the Moliensi seeds?
That's actually one of the reasons I'm heading to Vale. There was a bunch of druids who were off to investigate the Moliensi seeds on the rumor that they spread the curse that is over Steelforge, and I'm going to investigate what happened to those druids.
The curse was only spread partially in Vale.
So you were there around the time that the curse was spread?
Yes, I was there the night it spread.
Do you mind me asking some questions about that, or? I understand it could have been a traumatic experience, but up to now I've only heard rumors that it actually spread the curse.
If you don't mind me being a bit vague on some details, I'd be okay answering questions.
Of course, of course. I guess firstly, I want to know the validity of those rumors. Like, you said it only partially spread the curse?
Yes, the Moliensi seed is what caused the curse to appear there. And it was only partially activated before it was destroyed.
So it's not a permanent thing?
It is permanent. But the full effects of the curse are not there. The whole city is shrouded in a fog. Creatures are constantly coming up from the mountains that never existed there before. They kill off passing merchants. And hurt a lot of people.
I'm familiar with the creatures of the curse, as you can tell. But do you know who was spreading the seed, or how it got brought into the town?
All I know is my brother was caught putting the seed in the town fountain and was executed for it.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that it... Oh,
No, it's...
sorry.
No, it's okay. It's public knowledge. it was the deed that he did that marked our family as traitors.
Last question. I don't want to dig too deep because it'd be sensitive, but he wasn't talking with anyone before that prior, or to your knowledge?
My brother became very distant in the months leading up to that event. And so I'm not entirely sure everyone he was convoluting with.
Understood. On a different subject, I'd mentioned those druids. Did you hear anything about them on your way from Vale? You said no, but...
Not at all. I haven't met a druid before you. Huh. Well, I mean...
Surprising.
I probably have met a druid before, but not conversed with them very long.
Understood. Thank you. Again, my main search is those druids. We want to know what happened to them, but any information is a great lead, so I appreciate it.
There's a lot of public knowledge out on the Sunstrider family and on the events of what happened in Vale, so if you need anything more, I can assist with that.
I appreciate it. On to cheerier topics. I've paid for yours, and I'm going to take forever to get these names down.
Zilli?
Yours, Kaya's, and Zilli's rooming if you want to do the group housing. However, if you want to do a private room, you can go speak to the innkeeper, but that is where I will be, and you guys are... I've paid the minimum, so you can join there.
Well, thank you. Well, it might be nice to sleep indoors for once.
Can't fault you there. Alright. That would be where I guess the conversation ends, unless you have anything else.
No.
Well, with that, you guys are able to close up your night, assuming no one else wants anything else.
But real quick.
Yes.
This is technically Zilli's first time seeing a bed.
Wait, is there actually beds in this room?
In the group one, not really. It's like, a very, like, thick pad has been laid down, and, like, there's, like, 3, with, like, little sections kind of made on it through, like, a piece of wood, like, being held up, splitting it up into, like, 3 beds on each pad, with, like, some thin blankets and a pillow. So it's like a bed, but it's not a fully furnished bed.
Still a bed to Zilli.
It's better than you ever slept on, that is true.
That's really sad.
As for Kaya, on the other hand,
She's like,
she's like looking at this bed like, oh. And she like low-key kind of considering getting her own room, but seeing as everyone else seems content and even really grateful for this shared room, she's like, okay, yeah, I can handle this. And so she just doesn't complain or say anything about it.
First time she's ever woken up with bug bites and...
She's like, what the heck is this?
Okay.
During the night, Rayla is... Are we skipping, like, going to the night right now?
Is anyone taking watch, or are you guys gonna just trust the inn and go to sleep?
No. Rayla's going to like stay up for a while, and probably like middle of the night is probably gonna get up and take a walk around the like I don't know if anyone else like wakes up, but she's going to be up for a while, and then she's probably middle of the night is gonna go take a walk around the inn outside.
How
Higher low.
long are you staying up?
She is staying up at least 4 hours.
If that's the case, he would ask you to.
So you're not gonna take a full rest?
Well, I mean, she's like resting back, but she's not sleeping. You know, she's like laying back,
Okay.
awake. And then at the end of the 4 hours, she's going to get up, do a walk, and then she'll probably come back inside and try to sleep for the last 4.
Okay.
You know, like,
Yeah, light activity stuff. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
If that's the case, he would ask you to watch over him while he takes a quick rest, and then he will finish out watching over everybody.
I also, whenever she's like out and then comes back, I just want to add in that she will hear Kaya kind of whispering Amara really softly and like kind of be struggling to sleep, but she will be asleep. She'll just be talking in her sleep.
Okay. So, yeah.
You would definitely notice Paige. Well, anyone would notice who is looking, but he pulls out so he reaches into his pack as he's like getting ready for bed. He keeps his pack very close to him as he sleeps, but he pulls out a small, a small set of papers bound together with some twine, and he flips over and he marks. He pulls out a quill and just marks a point inside of it, closing the bundle of papers. Castil, you would recognize this. He does this every single night. But he does that and pretty much just lays down. Although I will ask for a higher low for how long it takes him to actually do the whole sleeping thing.
Who do you want to have answer that one?
Rayla.
Let's go low.
Okay. Okay. So I rolled high. He is actually able to get to sleep relatively at a normal pace. So he's mostly out by the time you watch him fall asleep, basically.
She watches everyone fall asleep. But not like creepily. She's like, she lays awake, kind of like tapping her fingers against her arm again, like tapping her 2 fingers. Taking deep breaths and just trying to be in the moment.
As you're doing that, the cat will actually come over and rub against your legs again and go.
She goes and she strokes the cat's back. Rayla has situated herself in the corner of the room. Actually, not in a bed, just in the corner, on the floor. And so she's sitting there, and just petting the cat. And then after about 4 hours of just sitting there, she writes in a little like notebook that she has that's falling apart on the seams. Just for a little bit, writes some of her thoughts down, puts it back into her bag. And then after about those 4 hours, she gets up, still fully like clothed with her pack on and coat on and everything. and just walks out of the room. But Castle did wish to be Castil. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna butcher the name. Did want to be woken up for that. She will go over to where Castil?
Mm-hmm.
Castil. She will go over to like the bed that he's sleeping in. Chat high or low. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to put high. Put a 2 in the chat if you want low. High or low, chat.
Gotta wait for the little delay.
Yeah, gotta go wait for the delay. Oh,
This is whether or not she kicks him.
No. Oh, we're seeing 3 1s. We've got a 2 in there. Seji says 1. I think it sounds like we're going high. Okay. It's whether she's gonna be funny or not. It's high. Okay, we're gonna be funny. If the cat allows her, she'd like to pick up the cat.
It allows it.
And then she's gonna go over to Castil. And she's gonna set the cat on his face. and
you do that, and it's just like, the cat definitely goes, "Ow!" and like jumps
and she
like,
jumps,
whole, like twists in the air, jump and like lands, and it's like all pushed up, like the hair's all standing up, and kind of hisses at you. Really, it goes, and then it'll actually scamper over to Kaya, and will like go into her arms.
She's gonna be like, "I'm sorry, I just
no."
You don't.
That's a win.
Oh, I was talking to the cat.
Oh.
Sorry, kitty. You wanted to be woken up?
Yeah, thank you. I can take watch now. I'll be fine for the rest of the day.
Okay. Well, I am going to go for a walk. I'll be back.
Sounds good.
She's going to walk out. It's so funny because she has all these reasons for the cat doing that. And she's going to walk outside, and just do maybe like 3 laps around the inn, just kind of like breathing in the night air, and then she'll go back inside.
And when she gets back, that's when she can kind of hear Kaya, like, she's kind of struggling to sleep and kind of talking in her sleep and looks kind of scared. And it's a good thing that Kat is with her because it is comforting her.
Oh, that's so cute. Well, I'm glad she did that then, so the cat can comfort Kaya.
Surprised the cat doesn't have the midnight zoomies.
Right?
It's been a long day for the cat.
Yeah, the cat was in a bag. So then
Yeah, both of you two here.
Rayla is gonna kind of go over to Kaya, and just kind of like look at her a little bit, and then she's gonna go back to her corner because she's like, I'm not gonna do anything to Kaya, like, well, like that, yeah.
She's not a man. I won't do anything to her. No.
True that. No. Just kidding.
Terrible.
She will then go back to her corner, and set her bag on her lap and just kind of hug her bag to her chest. and lean her head a bit into the corner, and it's going to be a very big struggle for her to fall asleep, but she doesn't want to. But she kind of unintentionally does. She like tries to stay awake, but she will fall asleep.
Okay. Anything else anyone wants to do for the rest of the night?
Enjoy the starlight.
Okay.
Sleep.
All right. Sleep. Sounds good. You all successfully complete a long rest. Nothing crazy happens during the night. And you are all now level 2. So
Yay!
Officially, canonically.
officially, you are now officially level 2. The morning comes, and about like 8 o'clock is about when you guys are all getting up, and you can hear a knock at the door, and it's low enough that you can probably assume it's the dwarf woman. And she's like, "Oh, good morning, dearies. Do you want any breakfast this morning?"
What's on the menu?
Meat.
Slop, bread, meat. Same as before.
Kaya just groans because her stomach does kind of hurt now that it's morning, and she's like, I don't want to eat anything right now.
I'll take one serving, please.
Of
The slop.
the slop. All right, it'll be ready for you.
Paige will get some slop and some bread.
Castil will walk over to Kaya and cast Good Berry. This might help. Give her a good berry.
What exactly does it do?
So it basically. Okay, let me.
Wait, Kaya, what was the name you muttered in your sleep, by the way? I'm writing it down.
Amara.
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 Okay.
So I know it heals you, so I'm hoping it also might heal stomach ache. And it also acts as a nutrition for 24 hours.
Nice. Okay, so she takes it gratefully, and she kind of bows her head to you in thanks, and takes it, and then turns to the cat, and she's really happy that the cat like sat with her the whole time, because she's been lonely for a long time, and it's kind of like, wow, I'm not lonely for once. And then she gets out the meat and gets some more water for the cat.
Okay. For anyone who wants the slop, it's 1 copper. The bread is 2 coppers. If you get both, do the 3 copper.
Rayla will not buy anything.
Okay.
She will take another morsel off of her hunk of bread.
So as you guys are eating your breakfast, the dwarf woman comes up, and she's like, "Will you be staying again?"
I think we're headed out this morning, but I appreciate your hospitality.
Ah, I see. I understand. Of course. Thank you for staying at my inn. I greatly appreciate it. Come by again.
Of course. Castillo will leave not at this moment, but when they are leaving the table, he's going to leave behind a 2 silver tip.
Okay.
Rayla will go up to the dwarf woman and just say, thank you so much for your hospitality. It's good to see a kind face in these parts.
Of course, dear.
And she's gonna leave because this girl doesn't know who she is, so she's like, yeah!
She's just like, the hospitality. That's what I'm here for. Anything else you guys are wanting to do?
Castillo would
Can I
offer
try?
good berries to anyone who doesn't eat. But,
Okay.
sorry.
Bro's loaded with the good berry.
I get 10 of them!
Gets 10 of them.
Rayla will be okay without them.
I want to try to pick up the cat.
Roll for animal handling. You can use your audience inspiration too if you'd like.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use audience inspiration.
Oh. So the advantage or disadvantage is we're doing the poll?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Poll has started. Advantage or disadvantage?
Please let me hold this cat. This is all I want.
This one cat.
Oh no, this is not good.
Oh. Oh. It's close.
How much more time should I put for it? Oh, advantage! We've got a lot of people putting in last minute advantages here.
There was a good number of disadvantages at the start.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of disadvantage.
That was close.
Okay, when are we capping it?
10 more
How many
seconds.
votes are there?
I was gonna start counting down from 3.
There's a lot.
I'd call
All
it
right.
out now.
Calling it. You get advantage.
Yay!
Let's go. Okay. Okay, I got a 16.
16. Okay, you go to pick up the cat, and at first it kind of like crouches down a little more, but as your hands go around it, it seems to just accept its fate, and you can pick it up.
Accepts its fate. Okay,
This is happening.
I just kind of hold it while we walk, just to hold it like Simba. No, I just kind of hold it and make sure that it's comfy.
Okay. So as you guys start to leave, Castil leaves the 2 silver, and when the woman sees it, she gasps, and she's like nodding gratefully towards you guys and saying thank you as you're leaving. And are you going back the same way out of town, I'm assuming? Village?
I assume so.
You're on mute, Emily.
Sorry, I said probably. Also, are there more people out?
There are more people out and about. They all look poorer. You can see a few of those like ruffian guys walking through the town as well.
I will keep my distance from the main group, just a few paces behind them.
Okay. There are people like staring at the group because they don't see such a variety very often. And they like know everybody, and so it's like oh, these are strangers, and so they're kind of watching you go. There is like a little boy who runs up in front of the group, and he has a little cup, and he goes, any coins to spare?
Insight check.
Roll for insight.
Mostly because I don't trust the
I insight to check the child.
mafia guys that are here to see if they're like doing anything to him.
Yeah, he's indoctrinated into a gang early on.
Not one.
That one.
Yeah.
You're like looking at this kid, you're like, I don't know about this. And you have no idea how to feel about this child because you are face first in the dirt. Got distracted.
No! As the kid takes my wallet and runs away. No.
Rayla will like snort at that. And she will actually go over and she'll say, Hey kid, here, have a couple cuppers.
Thank you. And he kind of like eyes your shield, but he takes the coins.
Kaya goes over to. Oh, I was
You
gonna
go
say Kaya goes over to Castil and just makes sure that he's okay, and she gives him a little cloth to wipe his face off because there's a little bit of mud on his face.
Thank you. Much appreciated. I'll clean this for you later.
She just shrugs. She doesn't really care that much.
Thank you. Neil just got sheepishly.
Melody Wolf, I don't know who to ship who with. Because I think she shipped Castil with Rayla and Kaya at this point.
I think the ship is just Castil with everyone.
Yeah, no, the ship-
Except
the ship is
Zilli.
just- yeah, Zilli's a kid. Like,
Child.
the ship right now, the ship is just Castil.
It's
is it.
And
Castil.
it is sailing.
He is
along.
he is the heartthrob of the party.
He's the
wait,
dad.
we had to ship Emily with the cat, remember?
Okay, before we go down a horse.
Kaya and the cat, though.
Yeah, Kaya and the cat. That seems like,
We got a love triangle going here.
oh no, with the cat.
Rayla got down on one knee first. That's all I'm saying.
Super married?
Super not married. No, actually, nobody's ever asked Rayla about her marital status.
No one has said their relationship status so far in this game. No, it could be-
All right, everybody, gather round.
Right.
It's time.
Sorry. Just kidding.
Vote A for marriage, B for.
Yeah.
Zilli, what were you trying to say?
Zilli will actually pull out a gold and hand it to him because she knows what this kind of life is like.
You put the gold in his tin and his jaw just drops open and his eyes are wide and he's like he like covers the cup and he's just like in shock looking around, trying not to be suspicious. And you can see like one of the thugs kind of is like tilting his head in the direction of your group.
No, we're a target.
Wait, for the
Poor kid.
big the group that we saw coming in.
Yeah, the ruffian thugs are kind of around.
So there's like, they aren't the same ones that you saw at the beginning, but like they give off the same vibe. They kind of wear the same kind of clothes. So you get the feeling that they're all part of the same gang.
Do they have any recognizable symbols, like gangs that may spread over multiple towns?
You can make a perception check or investigation if you want to go up and poke and prod them.
I will do perception. Okay, this one's a lot better than that one. This is a 22.
A 22.
That's good to know.
Okay, yeah.
Dirty,
you, like,
but yeah.
You look at the one that's watching you guys, and you can kind of see that like hanging. Not hanging. It's like, I guess it's hanging off his belt. There's like a little chain with a very small pendant on it. So like very unnoticeable unless you're like really looking. And you can see that there is in this small pendant. Let me see if I can just draw real quick. It'll be easier than trying to explain this. So we have pendant. Yeah, this might not make. Oh, I didn't draw it big enough. Oh well. Maybe you could see it. Wait, which one is it? I don't think it'll focus on it. Oh wait, there we go. So it's like a circle with like a squiggle line through it, and there's an X on one side of the line, and then a circle on the other. Maybe like a coin kind of shape.
That's the ruffians, like the gang symbol.
Yeah.
I guess that would have been history for me to know what it means.
How do you spell Kuzin for the Kuzin village?
Sorry, can you ask that one more time? My headphone died.
How do you spell Kuzin for the Kuzin village?
It's just Cuzin.
Okay.
Other things you guys want to ask? Did I miss?
Is there anything, I guess my question is, because I'm walking a little ways behind the group so they don't super get associated with me, but also at the same time, I wonder if we're far enough from Vale that like not too many people know, but I don't know like how people are reacting.
You feel like it's kind of half and half. You have some people who are noticing and others who aren't. There's like some are glaring at you. It's like a few are glaring at you. You feel like the thugs recognize you more than anything, and they're not really glaring. They're just more like watching you, kind of an interested look in their eyes as you're going.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's a few villagers here and there who like glare at you, but for the most part, they don't really notice.
Yeah.
Like the kid noticed.
Can I do a history check on this symbol?
Sure.
Okay, I got
Zilli,
a 19.
19? Okay, I'll come back to that real quick. For Zilli, the kid that you gave the gold to, after his little freak out moment, he is going to briskly walk away from the group and like towards an alleyway, and he's very quickly walking. And after a moment, you can see that one of the thugs is like kind of watching the child go down the alleyway, and, like taps another one and like nods at him. And they don't do anything right now, but you have a feeling that they've clocked this child. For Kaya.
Did I notice that too?
I'm gonna say no, because you've been examining the other people and how they've been reacting to you. So you didn't catch that. For Kaya, you recall seeing like one of these on a page in your dad's office. And it was like on some kind of report of trade being delayed due to what's the word? Just like being stalled at different places, gangs popping up kind of thing. Like it was just stuff like that. You didn't read the report, but you got little glances. Trade's being delayed.
Sorry, what does the symbol look like again?
So it's a circle, and then it has.
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I think Rayla's going to try and put a bit of pep in her step and get ahead of the group and try and leave the town first, because she don't like all the glares. She wants to get away from eyes on her.
Okay. Kaya, what are you doing? I'm not
She's
Kaya,
just-
sorry. Zilli, I'll get these guys straight one day. Sorry.
Tomorrow.
Zealand's gonna follow the kid, trying not to be seen.
Okay.
Never
Roll
split
for
the
stealth,
party.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Morning. You're literally in the middle of the street. People are watching you guys because you're strangers.
Okay, not bad. 13.
13.
Not bad.
I see it.
Okay. You feel like fairly stealthy. Anyone with a passive perception of 13 or higher sees Zilli veer off down the alleyway.
I do not.
Oh.
Don't
Don't be suspicious.
be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
There's suspicious things going on. That is a really hard call. High or low, Zilli?
Hi.
Okay. Okay. I shall roll. Okay. So Paige, he watches Zilli as she like dives off. Can I roll an insight check, perhaps, on the two bandit guys who were watching, or who like marked the kid?
Yeah.
From this distance, he looks over and he just is trying to get an idea, specifically if they were watching Zilli as well.
Yeah. Roll for insight.
Can I give him advantage on that? By
Are you gonna help
also
him?
checking? Yes.
Sure, you can give him advantage.
Can I ask that if you guys end up going after Zilli, can someone just nab Rayla? Because she does not see anything.
Oh,
No.
absolutely.
Don't
That's
worry,
fine
I
with
would.
Page's Step 2. Step 1, is she being followed? Step 2, yeah, probably should get her.
I would get you if everybody decided to go.
Okay, Gucci.
17 for insight on the Bandito mans.
They look like they've seen Zilli go down the alleyway.
Okay. Paige is... This is so tough. I'm exploring this character as we speak. He's going to... He sort of like turns towards the rest of the group. And he's going to say... This is a new voice. You haven't heard this one before.
Ooh.
But he basically says... You know, you could use what I'm teaching you for bad things, but that's not why I'm teaching it to you. And he just kind of like, he says, now, I want you to look this way. And he's actually going to like point towards where Zilli had ran off to. And he says now in a younger human voice, do you think we should follow him? And then he says, mimicking Rayla, he says Zilli's name. Says, this is Zilli. And he like points over towards the hallway, trying to convey that she went down the she went down the alleyway.
Possibly. We might want to. I mean, she's been. Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Kaya kind of tugs on Rayla's.
Oh no, she's
What?
ahead.
Oh, ahead?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, she's following her. How far ahead are you?
She's like maybe like 10 feet ahead.
Okay, well, she just goes up to her and she kind of like gestures back to them, and she doesn't
Huh?
really
What?
say anything. She's just kind of like,
What's going on?
yeah.
Is something wrong?
Zilli just, she went that way.
Okay. Say no more. Alrighty. She's like, I know Zilli. Alright, and she'll go down the alleyway.
Okay.
She'll like continue the brisk pace and be like, alrighty, fine. If we're gonna get out of sight, might as well go into the alleyway.
Okay,
Paige?
so you all follow Zilli?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Paige is actually gonna go, as they're like going over, he kind of hangs back a little bit, and he's actually going to go and talk to the bandit guys.
Okay.
Directly.
Castil will hang back and just keep an eye on Paige.
Okay, so
Kaya's just
Kaya
kind of
and Rayla go forth,
following
follow.
Rayla. Yeah, she's
Zilli.
kind of
Okay.
distanced, but she's still following her.
Okay. We're gonna cut to Zilli real quick. You see the kid up ahead of you as it's like going down this alleyway. Are you trying to catch him? Or are you trying to just follow?
Just following.
Okay. As you're following him, he's like going around this corner behind this back house. And then he stops, and you can see two figures come out in front of him, and there are two more thugs. We're like, hey, little kid, what you in a rush for? And the other one's like, that looks like a yummy drink. Can I have it? Because he's like looking at the tin that's holding the money. And the kid like takes a step back and he's like, no. Do you want to keep watching, or do you want to do anything at this moment?
I am double checking this particular cantrip.
Okay.
And this is actually a cantrip that I can use as a tiefling, not a warlock.
Hellish
Ooh.
Rebuke.
No. Hellish Rebuke is a spell, not a cantrip.
Yeah, I thought it was. Oh.
Okay, so that's what that's.
Thinking,
Okay.
thinking.
Okay, I might be able to do this. How far ahead are they?
I should probably say 20 feet.
Okay, that's good. I will prepare to use the thaumaturgy cantrip,
Okay.
which I got the stuff right there.
So prepare. So you want it to be a
I'm
trigger?
going to prepare. Yeah, if they try to do anything to the kid, I'm going to use thaumaturgy to send out like a little burst of flame. You can cause flames to flicker, brighten, dim, or change color for 1 minute. I'm going to send like a warning blast at them, like have it like snake up to them, and then just like a burst of flame if they try to touch or harm the kid in any way.
So will you be creating flames? Correct me if I'm wrong, Emily and/or Greg. I think it's you cause existing flames to flicker is kind of the idea behind that.
It's existing flames. You can do puff of smoke with thaumaturgy.
Armless tremors is also an option.
Mm-hmm.
Or sound that originates from a point within range. So it could be a clap of thunder, explosion, those sorts of things.
Ooh,
You should
actually,
wait until the kid drops like a baller line and then do the clap of thunder. Like the kid goes, no.
The most like quiet, timid no.
Actually, I think I have a different thing to do.
Okay.
So she's gonna prepare to use the cantrip, but she's gonna keep watching if they go towards them in any way.
Okay. At this point, Rayla and Kaya, you've caught up. As you all see, the kid be like, no, as he like takes a step back, and then, the first one that had approached, he does take a step towards the kid, and he's like, come on now, kid. Everybody's gotta help out. We need the money. Protect the town. Protect you.
Rayla, when that happens and he takes a step towards the kid, is going to like grab her shield, and she's going to step forward towards and get behind the kid, and be like, he said no.
Okay. For Zilli, does this trigger any of your stuff that you want to do?
Well, they didn't step towards the kid.
Well, he took one step towards the kid when he was talking, but...
Also, Seji's vine boom is hilarious. Boom.
He took
Take
a
a step towards
the
kid could trigger it.
He did.
It's your choice if you want it
So-
to trigger or not. It's your choice.
Yes, it will trigger.
Okay, what are you doing?
After Rayla steps up and says her line,
She said,
She will
he
use it.
said no.
she is going to she's going to create an instantaneous sound right behind the guards.
Okay,
And
what kind of sound?
and they just hear this ominous whisper. Hurting any of them will be your end.
Oh ho ho! Roll for intimidation.
Me or Zilli?
Zilli.
Okay.
Does she have advantage because
Get
Can I
advantage.
give her?
Rayla is there?
Can I give her my audience one and let her?
Sure, you can use your audience one. Yeah, let's leave it up to the audience to decide. I like it.
So this is to give the guards advantage or disadvantage, correct?
Yes. No,
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 what-
on
what-
Megan.
it would be-
Megan.
It's giving Megan advantage or
intimidation.
disadvantage on her intimidation. So ready,
Okay.
hurry up and vote.
Nice. So advantage is the positive for Zilli.
Yes.
Advantage is the negative for Zilli. Okay, got it. Just wanted to clarify.
It doesn't look like the showing on this weird. Okay.
Working on stream for
Lady Noir just wants chaos at this point.
She's just like, all right, disadvantage all the way.
chaos.
Control.
She responds, I do. I really do.
Oh my gosh. All right,
Lady Noir is
guys.
going to bring chaos to all of us.
Honestly, give Megan inspo for that line goes hard. Okay, Megan.
Nice.
True.
Inspiration to Megan.
Alright, so that's advantage.
Well, the
No, It means you have inspiration. So on your character sheet, you can mark that you have inspiration.
Yes,
Alright.
which then you could choose to automatically give yourself advantage or disadvantage or apply it to someone else.
Poll ended at advantage.
Yes.
So you also get
Advantage.
advantage. So you got inspiration and advantage on this roll. Nice.
And that is a nat 20, guys.
Natural 20!
All right.
And Rayla's like the physical threatening thing, but that she doesn't even know that they heard some whispers.
We're gonna come back to that for just a second. Paige, what are you saying to the guards?
Okay. So Paige is gonna come up. He's actually gonna speak to them in Thieves' Cant. Kenku Thieves' Cant is a little bit different than regular Thieves' Cant. In that, rather than hiding meaning behind words, he just kind of throws words from lots of different places at them. But the meaning is perfectly conveyed if they understand Thieves' Cant.
Oh, okay.
But to Castil, it kind of sounds like he's just throwing a dictionary at this guy. Like, just using random noises and sounds and words and stuff. And to you, it makes like no sense at all. But he basically says, "Hey, I saw you mark that kid earlier. Just wanted to know if there was a way that we could work something out to get that mark off his head."
They reply in Thieves' Cant and they go, well, 2 gold and we'll take it off.
He's just like squints his eyes a little bit, looks at him deeper. He just kind of shakes his head. He's like, "Well, you gonna keep your word on that?"
We are nothing but honest gentlemen.
Insight check.
Roll for insight.
Oh, sorry, that was on advantage. Hold on. As nice as it would have been to get 21, it is a 10 total for insight.
You know, you think they probably will, from what you understand of Arkakari, it's kind of a big no-no to steal, so if they're like, yeah, we won't steal it if you pay us off, yeah, it feels trustworthy.
Okay. He kind of grumbles to himself and he says, "Fine, just make sure the kid stays safe." And he's gonna pull out 2 gold pieces and he just hands it towards them.
They'll take the 2 gold from you and they'll nod in your direction, and then they'll, as they walk off, one flips one of the gold coins and the other one like catches it, like they just split the money. And they'll walk away. Cutting back to Zilli and Rayla. Rayla, you've stepped forward and you go, "He said no." The whispers echo behind them. They like look behind them, like jerk behind them. They see nothing. They look towards Rayla, forward with her shield, and their like hands immediately go to like their swords, and like a hand goes up, and kind of like a whoa, calm down kind of thing.
She is yet to draw her sword. Only
like,
her
look at
shield
each
is
other,
out.
and kind of look around, and then they not spit, but kind of make like a noise as if they're like warding off like a demon, like as if they were to spit, but they have masks on, so they're not gonna spit because that'd be gross.
Yeah.
But they make that kind of sound. They're like, "Puh. Sunstrider, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunstrider. They're like, "Puh, Sunstrider," and they'll take another step back and look at each other and look at the kid. And then look at you again. Then they'll back away, but keeping their eyes on you the entire time. As they
As
walk
they
away.
go, though.
Hold on. This cantrip technically lasts a minute. Can I have another thing said to
Yeah.
them in this whisper? Go on. Try it. I dare you.
Their heads whip around, look around. And they point at Rayla and they're like, "Stay back, demon! Stay back! We don't want any of your witchcraft!" Just walking away.
And then
And
as
she's
they walk
like-
away,
Just stay away from the kid. No
As you-
means no. Oh, sorry, Kaya.
I was gonna say as they walk away after the whisper, Kaya does use minor illusion and just makes a really loud thunder sound right behind them, just to jump scare them. So right after they hear that whisper, it's just boom.
Okay. I'm gonna change the timing just a little bit. So they're like, "Stay back," and then she's like, "No means no," and then the boom happens, and they literally have one of those moments where they drop down in fear for a moment, and then they're scrambling on the ground as they run away.
And then, so they run away, and she's gonna lower her shield, and she's like, I didn't think I was that scary.
The kid he's now on the ground covering his ears,
Oh, no.
and he looks at you, he's like, "Don't hurt me."
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna hurt you. Don't worry. You could go home. Take your money. Go.
He looks at you, and then he snatches his money, and then he just bolts.
Sorry if I scared you.
Okay. At this time,
She's conflicted.
everyone can regroup. You guys would have heard that loud bang, so I imagine you probably would have headed in that direction.
Yeah, just go right over.
And
Everything okay? I heard something over here.
The thugs got really scared of me, and they ran away.
Kaya just kind of shrugs.
And
Didn't know you had it in you.
Zilli,
He'll start getting.
Wait, did you say that?
yes, he did. Zilli, what were you trying to say?
Zilli comes out of the alleyway. Just big, innocent eyes.
Rayla's like, I'm a monster, and everyone's like, I don't know what's going on. Rayla's so Castil, you said what?
Didn't know you had that in you. He kind of looks at you an approving nod, just
And she's like, I mean, I know people think that I'm a monster, but it kind of sucks to really feel that. So let's just go. Let's leave.
Kaya walks up to her and just kind of she's still holding this cat. She just kind of holds it do you want to pet the cat? Doesn't say anything. Just holds it up there.
Rayla will pet the cat.
Okay. So as you guys start to leave the alleyway, a child saved and food in your bellies.
Yeah.
You're heading out of the town as there is this red tiefling woman with large, ram-like horns, leaning heavily on a crutch. Looks like her legs is bandaged. Walking past you guys into town, and you guys can see that she's wearing a medallion with an M and then this circle eye almost. It's kind of like an eye, but it's almost more like a bird. It's kind of like a mix between an eye and a bird shape above the M.
Okay, hold on.
That's where we will end it for tonight.
Okay,
Does
red
anyone
type.
recognize her?
No, but I recognize the medallion. It was the one that they sold the Moliense seed to. Okay, but like, where is she hiding it on that person? Because those things are big.
You know.
No, you don't see it on her.
Okay, so it's a red
She
type.
ate it.
That'd be bad.
A
So
red
it's a
tiefling.
with a limp.
Well, bandaged leg. She like has a crutch under one arm. And
The
big
bandaged
ram
leg.
horns.
So it'd be
Ram.
bad to fight her.
No, wait.
Gotta take all those notes. And the nice campaign keepers, by the way. Looks beautiful.
The
Love it.
fancy campaign keepers.
Shameless plug.
It's an eyeball.
Okay, any last thoughts or comments from the players, or anything that you want to leave the audience with before we close up for the night?
Guys,
It's okay if not.
we're a bit of a mess.
Yeah, we are.
Just a mess. All of us have trauma.
You know, it comes
Little
with the
D&D.
deal. It comes with the package. Them's the rules.
I gotta
You can't
admit,
play D&D without trauma.
true. I gotta admit, this is the
Rayla
nicest.
doesn't even know she has trauma.
This is the nicest town that Rayla's been in a very long time.
Not bad.
Outskirt towns, hey!
Yeah. But it doesn't help it that we're heading back towards Vale.
Sorry. I mean, you don't have to go to the Vale. Currently, we're going to Ingwood.
Yeah,
That's
that's
true.
true. That's true. Ingrid, could you show us the map actually?
Yeah.
It's on the opposite side of Vale.
Yeah, it's like east of Vale. It's not off the land. It's not like on the corners of land masses, but it's like at the very end of the forest almost.
Can you see the map just fine, or do I need to put your tokens down?
I
You might need tokens.
I
Oh,
still
wait,
see the
there you
city.
go.
Yeah, that's the city.
It's because you guys, I didn't group you back together, my bad.
Okay. I know the map pretty well in my head. Specifically this area. I've looked at it a lot, so.
Okay, so we're
Okay.
right in this area. Right? Like right here.
You
5
guys,
days out, right?
that's where you guys were, but from being in the tunnel, you're now in the next square over.
Oh, so we're like over here. We're heading to Ingwood. Okay.
Kind of more like up here.
Interesting. Yup.
I do have a quick question. Well, no, never mind. It doesn't work because my character doesn't know exactly where we are. I was gonna say, would he know of a closer by druid circle? But
Yes, the map is gorgeous.
Fantabulous.
Score some goals.
For a druid circle,
England.
Come
you
on,
would
England.
know that there is druid circles somewhere in the forest, because you've been like in the plains, so there is a druid circle in the forest somewhere. You don't know exactly where it is,
Yeah.
but it is somewhere around here in the forest.
And not he'd want to go to the closest place he can report the Muliensi steed.
Mm-hmm.
So if he knows Ingwood where that is, he's gonna head there because he doesn't know exactly. He doesn't want to spend a day, 2 days looking for
Lost in the
the
woods.
circle. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. Well, if you don't have any other thoughts or things you want to look at real quick, then we will end tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Full
We'll be back.
page.
Full page. We'll be back next Friday at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Time again. Come join us, affect the rolls, leave the comments. It's very fun. It's fun to interact with you guys. And if you like something that a player has done, give them inspiration for it. It helps them out. So
You guys rocked with inspiration tonight, so that was pretty awesome.
thanks for participating. You guys are all awesome and super fun. I know there's a delay on YouTube, so we'll have to do a little outro video, but thank you guys.
We love you guys. Good night. See you next week for the adventure, and we'll see what happens to the cat.
Yeah.
All right, goodbye. Intro video now.